Hey yo, what's going on guys? Welcome to the stream. How are we doing today, guys? Hopefully you're doing well. It's good to see you. We're back at it. We had a day off yesterday. I didn't even say I was going to have a day off, but we had a day off. But anyway, how are we doing? I did upload 2 videos though, so we wasn't totally slacking, guys. We wasn't totally slacking. We're back at it though today. Hopefully as well, the internet will be okay. I don't know what was going on the other day, guys. Yeah, you know, it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. Couldn't do much about it. I went on Twitch afterwards to try and pull some stuff for editing. And it was like, there was like 8 streams. I was like, holy cow, man. How often did we go down? I didn't think it had gone down so much. But how are we doing, guys? Hopefully you can hear me all good. Welcome to the stream. How's your week been so far, man? Did you have a good day yesterday, guys? Did you have a good day? Ducklord, what's going on? Primary, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Kneegap, yo, Jamie, Karma. What's going on? Banerjee, welcome to the stream. 6th anniversary release today on CN, actually. Yes, I saw, I was lurking in Keo's stream a little bit earlier, actually. Yo, Mr. Comment, what's going on, buddy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jamie, how's it going, dude? Welcome to the stream. You got Vulpes on a free pull. Let's freaking go, bro. Let's go. What's going on, me man? Welcome to the stream. Isaac, how's it going? How are we doing now, guys? It is, it's good to be back, man. It's good to be back. It's super warm in the UK at the moment, so I got the AC on. Hopefully it keeps the room cool enough. I might need to go and chuck my shorts on, man. I might actually have to go and chuck my shorts on, chat. But we're back at it. We got some stuff to check out today, some stuff to react to. The making of Arknights, actually. I wanted to have a little look at this particular video. Hold up 2 seconds. And we've got a bunch of stuff to look at in the gacha space as well. Sorry, I just lost the post that I was looking for. Let me get this shared in Discord as well, chat. Let me get this shared in Discord. So, yeah. I'll have a look at this video here. The making of Arknights. We'll have a little look-see. Have a little look-see at this one, guys. It's an older video, but I thought, you know what? Let me pause it. Let me pause it. I thought, why not, right? Why not? Let's have a little look into things, shall we? Yeah, so... guys, it's all go in the gacha space again at the moment. Yo, Joshua, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Not entirely broken, but they're really fun to use. Yeah, they do look really, really good, Ducklord. They honestly do. I only managed to get Lumen, though. Still haven't had Exo ulti yet. Nice, let's go. Shatter been up all night. Cat had an operation yesterday morning. Oh, shit, man. Hopefully the cat's all right then, dude. Sending my love to the kitty. Hopefully the cat gets well soon, man. Let me just close some tabs here. So yeah, guys, it's been going off a little bit in the space the last couple of days, and this time it's not really so much the community, it's the companies messing up recently, guys. We've had a bunch of them kind of like, you know, dropping the bag hard, you know what I mean? It's kind of wild. Well, say dropping the bag hard, they're probably getting the bag really, but you know, it's not been a great look on quite a few different companies actually. You know, there's been a lot of controversy around the Wuthering Waves anniversary patch, which we all know about. There's the Black Beacon stuff that's been going on, which is just kind of shoddy actually. You know, we had the Castoris stuff, and now we've got Infinity Nikki, Infinity Nikki just absolutely shafting the player base. We're gonna have a little look into that as well and see the I guess more deets from that, because I'm kind of curious. But basically they've just like shit on the community, which is, you know, great to see, I guess. Great to see. So at least this time it's not PvP between the communities. I guess it's PvP from the companies on the player base. And this is why I always say, guys, you know, you should be diligent of what companies are up to. Yeah, the Black Beacon situation's wild, dude, wild. It's not a good look at all. Not a good look at all. She had a womb infection, so she has to have her ovaries removed. Holy shit, man. Oh, the cat gets better soon then, dude. Been listening to the new CN event. OST's popping off. We'll have to listen to some of the music, actually. That's a good call, actually, me man. We're gonna have to have a look at some of the music. I didn't even think about that. Ooh, we might do that. Maybe tomorrow, actually. Maybe do that tomorrow. We'll see. I still haven't got round to playing 2.3 for Wuthering Waves. Also, I'm not gonna lie. I will tell a lie. I hopped on the game to update everything. I haven't played any. I haven't done any of my pulls or anything like that. But looking at like what everybody's playing, it doesn't look like it's anything amazing. It looks alright, you know. It doesn't seem to have the vibe, if I'm honest. You know, the anniversary vibe. But we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it. I was planning to play it today. I was gonna play it tonight, but I forgot Man United are playing tonight, so we won't be doing that. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Guys, I've been desperately trying to get into the Arc Raiders test as well, but to no avail. And I'm sad about that because it looks freaking awesome, man. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it looks really, really good. If you don't know, I like myself a good extraction shooter. This looks like a good extraction shooter. It looks like everything Marathon wanted to be. You know what I mean? It looks like everything Marathon wanted to be. Which is interesting that it seems to be in such a good spot. Because they've gone like a few different iterations. Initially, it was going to be free to play. It was going to be like a PvE co-op game. And then it was a PvE PvP co-op game, I believe. And then we've like, well, obviously PvP. And then it's gone to an extraction shooter version. Which usually you'd think, man, they're just trying to hop on all the bandwagons here. Is this actually going to be any good? It looks really good. It actually looks really, really good. So, you know, I really want to get into that. Thank God Arknights doesn't have those issues, and if Yostar messes up sometimes. Yeah, I was gonna say, man, it's like it's kind of like the drama-free, just chill spot over in Arknights, if I'm honest. I think a lot of that obviously is down to you know, how the game's being run, and I think the community's just happy with what they've got, aren't they? Where maybe not so much in the other communities, you know what I mean? Sometimes for good reason though, right? You know, like the Black Beacon situation, the Infinity Nikki situation. Totally expect the communities to be angry about that stuff because it's not good at all. Yo, Neo, what's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream. Hello. Leo, how's it going? Welcome. There's an instance where one of Yostar's employee had a beef with Tech Time once. Oh, really? If you stream tonight instead of watching Man United, at least you won't be depressed after. This is true. No lies detected though, you know. It's true. I swear after every game and I feel down. Thing is though, second leg the Europa League match, I gotta watch it, man. I gotta watch it, you know what I mean? Yo, what's going on, Daniel? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? So yeah, man, it's been all a go in the space recently, you know. There's fires to be put out all over the spot, and I suppose like we say, the Arknights community over here just kind of vibing. It's kind of vibing. What are you crying about? I'm my sister's dog here at the minute, and he's being a little bitch. What's the matter? What's the matter? Stop crying. The fact that Arknights community is as turbulent as other gachas make me enjoy it more. Yeah, you know what? As I say, so far for me, I know it sounds like I'm glazing, which I suppose I am a little bit because I have glazed the community. Because I've just had a really positive interaction with the community, so I guess, you know, that's all I can say from an anecdotal point of view. But yeah, people just seem to just enjoy playing the game, and it's kind of refreshing, you know? I'm not saying I don't enjoy watching a little bit of drama from the side every now and again, but it gets a little bit tiresome sometimes, doesn't it? You know, gets a little bit tiresome, especially when it becomes super petty over the smallest things. So yeah, Arknights community too busy eating up with hyper real fast being cooking. It's true. It's true. Reggie's a bum. Isn't it shit? He's setting Elsie up now. She wants to get up. Give me a second, chat. I'll leave him in the other room for a bit. He wants to go outside, but if I let him outside, I gotta watch him. You know what I mean? Like Elsie, I can just let her go and chill outside. I gotta watch him. I can't trust him. We were Infinity Nikki, Black Megan, etc. Yeah, it's been a hot month. I was actually gonna make a video actually about it all. You know, just talking about like how you should approach the genre and gaming in general. Anyway, and it's like a sobering moment for a lot of gamers, I think. Yo, what's going on, Easy? We're just vibing in our own lane over in Arknights. Right, true. Welcome to the stream as well. And there's someone who follows VTuber Drama 2 April was crazy. Yeah, all that stuff was wild, man. Wild. I've seen people like going in on that. Absolutely going in. It's like crazy. It was crazy. Like, what was going on was just like terrible. Like really shitty. That's the sort of stuff for me. Like, I suppose I could make videos. I'm just not really interested. If it's out of my lane, so to speak, it's not really gaming based. I don't really care unless it's like affects gaming directly, personally. People too busy grinding 1-7 to argue, right? Going for the rocks, yeah? Welcome to the stream, MK. Arknights doesn't have what issue. It came in a little too late. Well, we'll get into that, actually. We'll get into it in a second, Leo, because I've got a post in Reddit here where I think it's breaking down a little bit more info on one of the specific reasons that I don't quite know about. Well, I know, but I'm only hearing through the grapevine, so let's hear a little bit more here, because it's pretty shitty. It's pretty shitty. It's one of the worst things I think you could do in Gacha, if you ask me. We don't talk about, oh, you're right. Yeah, well, yeah. That was, well, there was two, but, you know, you're gonna get one or two. For the most part, you guys have been super chill, man. More with drama or just same crap with the Annie. I think people have been a little bit annoyed by the, what is it, the Gilding Night Market. I think that people are a little bit in uproar about that, but, it's what it is, man. For me, I'm just a little bit sad that the anniversary itself just doesn't look that good. Like, well, I say that. It just doesn't look like it's exciting, should I say. Malfasa, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Aside from the reignition of the war between Teresa and Priestess faction, we're just vibing. What's going on, NegV? By the way, I play Infinity Nikki. They do 4 patch updates and it's still a bug, and they change the beginning of the game and make it worse. Really? Okay, so it's not just about the whole banner systems, and that's a shame. Because like when I first saw that game, it's not my kind of game, right? But I was like, I kind of just want to play that because I'm hearing positive things about it. And I thought it'd just be fun. It was something I was going to play with Rosie, maybe. But I think it's because really, for me, it doesn't bother me so much. Because you can get, I think, majority of the good stuff by just playing the game. But if you want the extra pulls, you need to pull, don't you? Because you can get like 900 of the coins from playing. You need to do I think it's like, is it like 20, 40 pulls or something like that? But it's kind of another one that's mainly, I guess, that there is kind of aimed at new players, so you get like a rebate on your pulls in a sense, which like, do I want to like make 20, 30 pulls to get 5 pulls back or whatever it is? I'm not really bothered about that personally, or It's just another one of those things, isn't it, where it's like, doesn't feel very anniversary, really, but honestly don't care if I'm honest. I'm kind of over the whole anniversary thing with Wuthering Waves, if I'm honest. I'm over it now. You know, we didn't get a reduced pity on the anniversary banners. We didn't get a selector. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's cool. You know, as long as I just want to try out the new events. That like QB event looks alright. But yeah, here's what it is, isn't it? In other news, Genshin's community hyped over non-cry rumors about ZZZ 2.0 look really good too. I've heard some stuff through the grapevine in regards to leaks. I haven't actually looked at any leaks of ZZZ. And I'm not gonna, I'm gonna wait because the stuff sounds very reminiscent of the Wuthering Waves stuff, you know? And I'm like, yeah, alright, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. I heard they rewrote the entire story in Nikki, went from whimsical to just another gacha story, destroyed world, time reset, mysterious. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I haven't played it, so, have you tried the mini game from the Lapland Ultra event? I've had to go with that one where, like, you can adjust the firework patterns, yeah? Is that the one you're on about? Yeah, pretty much, Neil. Pretty much. They kind of doubled down, didn't they? Like, I was going to make a video about it, but I thought, nah, fuck it. I couldn't really stretch it out to 8 minutes, man. I was like, yeah, I can't even farm this. I can't even farm this. Like, every time I'd look at the recording, I'm like, damn, I'm 4 minutes in. I've got nothing else to say. So I was like, yeah, whatever. He gave you rare material, which is really good. The leaks have made me stop pulling till next patch. Oh, really? See, I'm trying to get Vivian at the minute. Yeah. See, like, I honestly... I'm not going to spend any money on Wuthering Waves anniversary patch, which I'd set myself up that I was thinking, you know what? If it's a good Annie, I'm going to drop like 100 quid on it. I'm not going to now. I'm not going to. But like, I'm contemplating if they do a good job on Zenleys, I might throw somebody down because I really like Zenleys. And I'm going to buy the pack for Arknights as well. So like, they're the two games in the mini that I'm thinking about spending on. I'm hoping that I can get Zani and Giacona for free on Wiwa. We'll see. But you know, maybe if I have to spend a little bit just to get Giacona, I might. But we'll see how things go. I got Bot 6 Lappy when all I ever wanted was a Suzumon. Yeah, I didn't get lucky enough to get Suzumon. I'm hoping I can maybe get one of these god pulls that people keep talking about, these free pulls that they're getting, and get her off one of those. That'd be nice. I got one in the works about the new QB event and a Cal Theory. Oh, okay, interesting. I'm down to see that. Let me turn this music down a little bit. So, yeah, we got a couple of things to get into today, chap. Couple of things to get into. Boy stuff on Arknights said it, we were his world. Arknights might be your next favourite, right? Honestly, I don't know what patch it was now. I spent £100 on one of the patches not long ago on Wuthering Waves. And in my mind, I was like, right, I'm not going to spend on Wiwa now for a couple of months. Like, I think it was about 2 months ago. I'm not going to spend on Wiwa. In the hopes the anniversary's good, and I'll chuck down, like, you know, whatever, we'll see, maybe 100 quid, because I'm a light spender, right? I know that might sound like a lot, because it is a lot of money to me, it is anyway, but you know, in the gacha space, it's light spender territory, right? But yeah, man, I got no desire. I don't think Kuro cooked enough for a player that's been playing since day one to make me want to spend money on the game. I'm sorry, you know. As a new player, I think it's a really good patch. I really do. It's a really, really good patch, actually. But I'm not a new player, so sucks to suck, I guess. Luckily, Suzumon is not limited, so you still haven't had a chat. Yeah, true. I'm pulling Arknights, he's 5-part Suzumon, then he's a 235 pull, no Laplands. Damn, man. See, like, I'm kind of lucky in that sense. A new player, first banner, I've got her in like 60 pulls, 63 pulls round about, so yeah, I'm happy. And to be fair, she helped me. She was a game changer. Like, that boss stage, I was stuck. I'd have got past it. Like, I was getting to the point where I was just getting to, like, the last few mobs, but I just get overwhelmed. It didn't matter. I tried so many different tactics and strategies, and it just wasn't working. And then we brought in Lapland, went with the double Lapland and Melantha and Steward, and it, game changer. So yeah, I'm really glad I got her. If we could switch look right now, just got Suzumon on a free pull and need laptop. Yeah, they kind of treated vet players like dirt. I'm not happy about that. Quid has got more than we did. Yeah, true, right. That's the thing, man. That's why I like what Reverse 1999 are doing and what, like, Arknights are doing with their little thing where, like, so many logins get you rewards. I think that's a good way to do things. But yeah, let's get started, guys. Let's get started. Alright, I thought that was Reg then, actually. It's not. It's the bird. It's the bird mocking Reg, actually. It's the bird mocking Reg. Let me switch over. let me switch over here, actually. Let me switch over here. I had to mess with all my settings and that, man, because I got a freaking critical security alert the other day off Google. I don't know what it was. I don't think anything was compromised, like. But, came off my streaming PC, and I was like, I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was, actually. I don't know. But like, I've got all my two-factor authentication stuff set up and everything. So like, I don't know. I don't think there was a problem though. Anyway, but yeah. So yesterday I spent doing that. I was changing all my emails and stuff, and I just had to reset up Twitch because it's all disconnected. Like, so hopefully the chat's good. Hopefully all the settings are good. Hopefully all the alerts are good. If they're not, then I guess we'll. Oh yeah, dude, he does, man. He trolls the dogs hard, dude. He trolls the dogs hard, man. He's a little bugger. Oh shit. Open his cage again earlier. I'm making my dinner, my breakfast. I'm there cooking. I just say, come on. I look round. Dude's just on top of his cage. He's just like, yeah, I let myself out. Nice, you know? Dude's too smart for his own good, man. I'm telling you, that birdie's far too smart. Little fucker he is. What's going on, BS? I feel bad now. On my main account, cleared the banner in 71 pulls, and on my newly made secondary, I got 60. You don't feel bad, dude. Come on, get out of here. You just flexing. Oh, I feel terrible, man. I did really well on my pulls. Fuck off. How's it going, BS? Welcome to the stream. That was possible 100% swap. I didn't even want Lappy since GG still feels better in IS, and that's kind of all I care about. Even as a new player, the Annie's crap, there's not enough pulls to go around. So, yeah, I mean, you know, as Annie's go, it's not one of the best, is it? You know what I mean? I know you'll hear from the Kuro faithful, which I'd like to consider myself as. I'm a Kuro fan. Well, I'm not a fan of the company because I don't care about company stuff. But I'm a fan of Wuthering Waves, right? So, you know, but yeah. I think it's safe to say it's not the worst anniversary. It's definitely not the best anniversary, right? It's definitely not the best anniversary. Not a Weaver player. I think they should do like a recent Arknights. Annie XA's logged in to get a free skin. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. I think that's, in my opinion, when Gacha games, their main aim, because we know it is, because it's the way they design the games, is to get you to log in, at least log in, do your dailies, maybe start building pity, you know, get your stuff to pull on banners, attempt you to potentially start spending. Why not do a reward based around that way? And then you're not just giving out all the free stuff to everybody. People who are regular players get, and surely that's the best way to do it, you know? But I suppose, it's like I was saying before, you know, companies at the end of the day tend to think about bringing in the new customer rather than protecting the old customer. Because usually if you're hooked, you're hooked. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Couldn't spend much resources because Athena banner scammed you. Yeah, I got scammed on a temple on that, actually. That was chat's fault, actually. Chat peer pressured me into doing a temple and I got scammed. Yo, Rex, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I saved 300 pulls for this banner because of Moo and I had to spark her. When you play Arknights, you eventually get to a point where pulling on the new ops doesn't matter that much. If you like them, you just pull them. Yeah, to be fair, like, I swear I'm hoping Enfield does something similar, you know? I'm hoping Enfield does something similar where it's more about, like, obviously there's going to be certain units that pop up here and there that are going to be beneficial for specific stuff. But I do hope it becomes like kind of that sort of thing where it's like, you know, everything's, I suppose it won't be so easy, I guess, in terms of how Arknights is. When I say easy, in terms of like the variety, just because the fact of it being a bit more action orientated, whereas like, you know, strategic planning can really change the game in Arknights, can't it? You know, coming from the biggest brain in the end, just saying. You know what I mean? So yeah, but as long as, you know, that variety's there and the options to change things up and switch things out, and then I can like, because anyway, majority of my pulls happen because I like the look of a character anyway, you know? Look, fun, metas usually last for me, you know? It really is. Unless it's just like an insanely like just useful unit, such as somebody like Shorekeeper, where it's not like a broken unit, but it just benefits your account as a whole. Those sort of units, then I'm like, yeah, all right, we got to get that. And then obviously if they're fun and good as well, then it's a bonus, which Shorekeeper is, so it's a bonus. Tomorrow's going to be a legit sick house. We're getting 4 new doors, their hardware, new pressure washer, and a few other things. Also getting a new mouse mat. Mine is cashed out. Yeah, I love this new mouse mat, man. I do. I absolutely love it. That's why occasionally giving out Monte Carlo smart. I agree, Joshua. Yeah, I agree. We don't build pity here. Yeah, true. But that's kind of like, it's the way games are designed in it. It's to get you to to do that and then be in a position where you're like, shit, I'm so close but not quite there, and then you're like, fuck it, I'll just spend. That's what they want you to do. But as you say, it'll be the same in Enfield as well. If the gacha system carries over to be the same, it's going to be the same system, isn't it? Building pity is not good. You're going to want to stack, wait for the banners that are going to be important to you, and go all in on those banners. Because it looks like the system's similar to Arknights, but actually maybe even better as well. Can't wait till you get the top operator tag in recruitment. It's a free way to get a 6-star and the continual add old ops there. I did get one, actually. Who did I get at my top operator, chat? You guys see, you guys remember this. I did get a top operator, right? Who was he? Who did I get? I forgot. I trust Enfield to have more usable low rarity units compared to Genshin Wua. Hopefully. Yeah, I was gonna say at the top. I can't remember. Was it Phantom? Did I get Phantom in my top up? Was it Phantom? Can't remember. You know, it might have been Phantom. Was it Phantom, Duck Lord? If anyone likes Limburst, they're running a 2-week login event, 30 pulls and guaranteed 3. Okay. Yeah, you got Phantom. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Phantom. Yeah, I forgot. It's kind of crazy to think that Serta and Mudrock are in the top up tag, right? Really? Oh shit. Crown Slayer versus Phantom is a mid-off. It's a mid-off. You know what though? Phantom really helped me in one of the event stages. Chat was even saying that, like, damn, using Totter and Phantom in that, I didn't expect that. And they both played their part massively, you know? I had 44 Rad Toids, 10 Forging, and a bit over 15k Asteroids. By the time I was done, I had 33 Asteroids and only got Verena S2 and Verity's Handle. You got scammed hard. Yeah, that's a rough one, that is. That's a rough one. Dude, somebody was like, they went on the Bulls and they was like, I was actually kind of lucky because I think they said they got Zani, and I think they got Zani's weapon and one of the anniversaries and a copy or something like that. And then there was like, but I lost the 50-50 at first on Ling Yang, and I was like, damn, man. All of that good luck just went out the window there. I don't give a fuck how many copies I'm getting. If that fucker comes in my account over this anniversary, I'm going to be angry. You know? Phantom still gold if you don't have the stronger executors. Yeah, man, it was useful for me. You get Phantom free L2D skin through IS2. Oh, okay, that's cool then. Yeah, he played his role. Exactly what we needed. He was perfect for that stage, actually. He was actually perfect. Well, not perfect, but like, he did his job. He did his job anyway. And he's not strong DPS party, still good bait. Yeah, exactly, yeah. And he was perfect for those, like, little dudes who just hang around on the event map. Like, you can just clear those out. He was really good for that. Phantom is 100 times better than CS. He's very fun to use in IS with his IS module. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me just go and check on the dog, see what he's doing. Really good girl. Tim. Hello. Oh. Wanna go lie down? You're gonna be a good boy now. You're gonna be a good boy. Eh? Be a good boy. You're gonna be a good boy. You. Come on. He just wants to go in the garden. Man. I did it all on purpose to get past 50-50 because I knew I was going to fail. Yeah, Phantom got overshadowed so well by Yato Ulta and Texas Ulta. Significantly stronger than Phantom. Got the cat merch for my dog. Okay then, alright. Should we get into it, chat? Should we get into it? Oh yeah, look at this as well. Gotta love it, right? You gotta love it, right, chat? Let me show ya. Let me show you, chat. Let me show ya. Let me show you this shit, right? Let me show you this shit. Because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, chat. Alright, so obviously, you know, we're getting 10 pulls, I think. 10 standard pulls in Black Beacon globally. No free 5-star. No premium pulls as far as I'm aware. But you got 2 days to claim them, as I showed in the video. I was having an issue with updating the game. It's still there. It's still there. The issue's still there, guys. I can't update the game. I'll show you here. Can't update the game. It actually starts updating, and it won't update, so I guess fuck me. So I just put this post up. So Ian, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to claim your 10 pulls before they expire in 2 days. The enemy is dangerous and cunning and will try to stop you at every turn. Living elsewhere in the world would solve your problems, but alas, that's on you. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds. So good luck, agents. Good luck on getting your pulls. But yeah, I got fucked. I lost the 50-50 again, man. You know? It's like, bro. Insane. Insane. The recent CNMN gave Crown Slayer module, which improved her a lot. Also, were you surprised in seeing her playable? No, I don't think I was, actually. I wasn't actually surprised by that. I didn't expect it. But I wasn't surprised. Thank you for giving the Poochie kiss. I can't do that for my boys anymore on my side. Ah, no worries, man. They're both here. The girls here. And the boys there. So much for a terrible launch. Reinstalling don't work. You know what? If I'm uninstalling Black Beacon, it ain't getting reinstalled. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give them until that expires. And if it expires, I think I might be done with the game. I'm not gonna say for a fact, because I don't like to deal in absolutes. Because, you know, if something's fun, I'll enjoy it. Or, yeah, I'm kind of done, man. I'm kind of done, you know. I'm kind of done. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, all right. Let's knock this music off, and let's talk gacha, chat. Let's talk gacha, shall we? Should we talk gacha? Should we talk about what's going on in this space? As I said, there's been a bit of drama the last few weeks, right? And it's not really been so much the community. It's not been communities butting heads. It's not been the community's acting wild, although that's kind of all the time, I guess. So I suppose that hasn't stopped. But it's kind of the companies messing up at the moment, chat. And, you know, we've had the Wuthering Waves anniversary being a little bit less than anticipated, whatever your version of what you were expecting. But, you know, not been quite what I think most people are expecting, right? We had the Caceres situation with Honkai Star Rail. We had the Black Beacon situation, which is just like, again, a speed run on just destroying your reputation in global and how to, you know, basically piss everybody off, I think, apart from CN. But maybe even CN's annoyed because the game's still broken. So I guess probably everybody. And then we've got, which might actually be the worst of all, a game that I don't actually play, but I was kind of planning to play, right? Just because for the fun of it, right? It looked fun, and people have said, you know, it's a cool little game, and that is Infinity Nikki, right? The Disney princess isekai gacha game. Actually, from a visual fidelity standpoint, is kind of like a decent looking game. It was one that I was saying that I think Rosie would probably like, actually. But I'm probably not going to advise her to play it now after what we've seen's been happening. So let's have a look at this post here. Hopefully they actually go into this. It's a bit of a long one. It's a bit of an essay, guys. But I want to go through with it because I think it's worth having a little bit of look into it because it sounds really shady. And I thought we might as well have a little look at this post, yeah? So bear with me as we go through this one, and then we'll move on to some other stuff. We've got a video as well to watch about the making of Arknights, which I really want to get into. I heard they silenced up the pity. Yeah, and they seem to have like been really shady about the way they've done things. So let's have a look at this then, shall we? Infinity Nikki, an absolute torrential meltdown due to Infold's abhorrent anti-consumer practices. Damn, going in hard there. Right then, so this is from a day one player. As a day one in Infinity Nikki player, I wanted to give a bit more context to the previous post regarding the apology because things are much, much, much worse than they appear. 1. It all started arguably with the Steam wishlist rewards. They initially promised 10 pulls for hitting 100,000 wishlists with a follow-up surprise reward for hitting 200,000 in 1,000. Instead, they retroactively changed the 100,000 reward to 2 pulls and made 200,000 10 pulls. Like, what the hell? Like, that is insane already. And this isn't even the crux of things here. This is absolute. This is a way to you just You don't do that in Gacha, right? You just don't do that. Like, you just have to suck that up as it is what it is kind of situation. I remember PGR messed up doing things like that on launch, though, didn't they? They gave away too much currency. This is different. This is just way different. This is worse because this is like, it's temples, man. Like, damn, tight bastards. Completely removing the original surprise reward. Okay, so we've got a picture of before and after here. So let's have a look here. Yeah, whatever. Oh man, I hate this now. I'm not consenting to all of your things. All right, we'll confirm the choices. So here we can see the actual what's it here for 100,000. More wishes, final surprise. Oh, okay, right, okay. Okay, all right, okay, cool. We've got the image there, but let's carry on anyway. Let's carry on. The community naturally lost their fucking minds. Couldn't really see what was going on in that image, if I'm honest. The community naturally lost their fucking minds, naturally. And after a day of rioting, Infold backed off and gave the 10 pulls plus 10 additional pulls as a reward for hitting 200,000. See? You know, if they just had them in tight bastards, they would have just had to give away 10 pulls. Now they've had to drop 20 and look bad, right? It's, you know, it shows that this just does not work for companies doing this shitty stuff. People were already very unhappy with the longest patch so far, 1.4 being the patch with the least amount of content. So this did little to appease the community. People are still smouldering. Give me a sec. Let me just go let this dog out. I was just sitting on the door crying. Or version 1.5 is teased, and along with it, the Sea of Stars, which is a core aspect of Nikki games. People are super excited. The art looks amazing. They're going to allow people customization via dyeing that lets you change colors of all your clothing. Pretty cool for a game that is a clothing gacha game. So you don't pull characters in this game, right? You pull clothing, right? So actually having the ability to customize those is pretty big, really. Sentiment is at an all-time high after the developer livestream, and people are hyped as hell for 1.5. Unfortunately, right? Didn't last. As the data miners get to work, some very concerning things are coming to light. Namely, that the 2 new 5-star banners will be 11 pieces each. Previously, most 5-star outfits have been 8 to 10 stars, with one 11-star outfit in the very first banner. It takes 20 pulls to get one 5-star piece. So bumping the outfit count from 9 to 10 to 11 is each a 20 pull increase to max pity. People cope saying that those are just data mines. It won't be like that. Surely they wouldn't, etc., etc. Sentiment is still high. People are still excited. So that's wild, that is. That is absolutely wild. It takes 20 pulls to get one 5-star piece. So bumping the outfit count from 9 to 10 to 11 each is a 20 pull increase to max pity. So they're adding in what? They're adding in an extra 40 pulls there, right? An extra 40 pulls. If I'm working that out right. Yeah, I don't exactly know how the gacha system works, but it's 8 to 10 stars, so I'm guessing that's like the amount of pieces you've got in there. The outfit, I guess. I don't know. But all I know is you're going to be pulling more to get what you were getting before for less, which sucks, right? That is shady. That's like basically, you know, your 5-star banners, your SSRs just automatically bang. Oh, all of a sudden there's an extra 20, 40 pulls potentially on there for the max pity. Not a good look at all, and I think most people would riot in most communities, wouldn't they? But as he follows up with this as well, you do always have the people who are like, yeah, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen, which I'm guessing from this post they were wrong, right? Launch day, absolute fucking mayhem. The entire launch is an absolute disaster from every angle, whether it's monetization, design, stability, you name it. 8. PS5 players are locked out completely. Most mobile players are as well. Those that can get into the game are faced with a blank screen or a crash. That sounds very familiar. I don't know where I've heard that before. Don't know where I've heard that before, chat. It's weird, that isn't it? And you can't actually make any progress. PC players are able to get in and play, but everything is an absolute mess. You're dumped immediately into an unskippable tutorial sequence. Everything is a glitchy, laggy mess. Eventually, you get dropped into the fabled Sea of Stars, except there's zero content, and the very small tasks that do work are also a glitchy mess. Oh, did I mention this was a huge co-op update? You're supposed to be able to optionally interact with other players in the Sea of Stars, except that too is a buggy disaster that doesn't work. 9. On the lore front, the entire story of the game was retconned. Somebody mentioned this as well, actually. I think it was earlier, yeah. Somebody mentioned this. The entire story of the game was retconned. Where have we heard that as well? Which I think negatively affected the initial story of a game. Wuthering Waves wasn't like a game destroying thing, but I think it did negatively affect the story. Whereas before, you were isekai'd into the fantasy world thanks to your mother's old dress, as well as a mysterious connection to a woman named Enna. You are now in a multiversal slot fest. All of the previous intro story have been removed for new players, and everyone is now part of this multiversal Nikkiverse. What that is trying to prevent the end of the universe. No context, no elaboration, no explanation. You just dumped into this retcon as soon as you open the game. Apparently, you have already destroyed the world and are now going back in time to save it or something. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? That's wild. That is so wild. Building up a story. Like, obviously for the new players, they're just going to experience that anyway. But for the old players, just literally saying everything you did prior to this just didn't matter and we're just doing something new now. Like, what the hell, man? That is such a weird choice to make. It's one thing, you know, when stories get tweaked a little bit to make them a little bit more engaging at the start. You know, maybe yachts cut down, sequences are changed slightly just to tighten things up a little bit. But to literally retcon the game, that is wild, man. That is wild. And as far as I'm aware, people seem to really like the context of this game initially, right? I don't know. As I say, I haven't played it. Right, 10. Here we go. On the monetization front, indeed, both banners are 11 pieces, meaning the max pity of 220 pulls. So was it what before 180 then, I guess? So it was 180. So like 20 pulls more than a guarantee on something like Wuthering Waves, right? So, okay. All right. So 180. So it's gone up to 220 now. Yeah. So an extra 40 pulls, I believe. And that's only for the base outfit plus one recolor. To get the final evolution, I'm assuming is that like copies, you need to pull the entire outfit again, 440 pulls, but it doesn't stop there. They added more paid items that are just decorations, meaning they can't be equipped to Nikki as outfit pieces. They added a bathtub they marked up at $70 and then slapped a 79% tag on it to pretend they're selling you a deal at $10. Mind you, there is no housing system yet, so players are furious. They keep trying to sell the... Wait, so... What the hell? Okay, all right, here's a bath. Here's a bed. Here's some items. We'll get the house here at some point soon, right? What the fuck, dude? Mind you, there is no housing system yet, so players are furious. They keep trying to sell these decoration cosmetics that have barely any usage at this point. The game feels like a generic Chinese gacha clone. Sorry, my nose is running. You know, the ones with 90%, minus 90% tag slapped on everything. Oh, this package was originally $999.99. So is that's their advertisement? Is oh, this was $1,000 before, but it's not now. It's not now. Such a good deal, right? We just pretended it was marked up at this insane price, so it's a really good price now. It's a really good price. That is insane. That is so insane. Damn, man. This is making Wuthering Waves look absolutely insane at the moment with their issues, right? You know? Not that they're incredibly bad anyway, but there's issues. This is making them look like a golden child. So this is what I think sometimes, you know, when there's a slight issue with somebody's favourite game and they're just like, well, it didn't doing that. It's like, bro, really? Okay, all right, let's move on to the next one. This is insanity. This is actually way worse than I thought it was. All I thought that was going on was, oh man, people are going to have to spend more on pulls. This is insane. 11. The hype dying system has 90% of the palette colours locked behind a new currency. Okay, so that's wild then. I was going to say, if they'd have come out with that first, then that probably wouldn't have been an issue, because having a game that's based around a dress gacha and allowing people to say, like, advertising that you're going to be able to adjust the colours, that's kind of big, that is, really. You know what I mean? That's actually kind of big. That's like being able to, like, change the visuals. That's maybe kind of like getting free skins for 5 stars in a sense, almost, isn't it? Not quite, but you know what I mean? So then 90% are now locked behind a paid new currency. The only source for this currency is from the monthly shop, which is super limited. You wouldn't be able to unlock every palette for one 5-star outfit, even if you save this monthly currency for a year. Oh my God. The dying palettes must be unlocked for each piece at a time instead of the whole outfit. And the most desirable colours, pink and black, are locked to 5-star outfits only. The palettes for 4-star and 3-star outfits are far more restrictive. but they also require premium currency to unlock. Of course, the only way to get the pallet currency is you got it, the dollar bills, y'all, the doll hairs. 12. Man, this is still going. This is still going. Like, this is insane. This makes Black Beacon look absolutely brilliant at the moment. 12, the end game. Contest originally was promised to run every 14 days. This is the biggest source of income for free to play. They have been steadily creeping up the length of time each contest runs, directly reducing the income for all players. 1.5 is going to have the biggest length of time for each stage until they slightly backtracked with their apology below. Okay, let's look to the apology then, because, boys, this looks like it needs some kind of apology, right? This is actually wild. This might be some of the worst practices that I've seen outside of, like, you know, these trash little mobile games that are just, like, trying to wring shit off the bat. Like, because this is a proper game, isn't it? Now, it might not be the kind of game you're looking for, but, like, it looks like a proper game. This is insane. This is insane. Diabolical, right? Diabolical. The apology. They gave a half-baked non-apology, saying the 11 PCs were necessary to expand the design of the dresses. Oh, yeah, because that's the only way, right? Is they couldn't just make the dresses look better. They had to charge you more. What? But they promise they won't go to 12 or more unless they do. Wink, wink. But we promise to tell you first if you want to screw the fans over again. Their explanation makes no sense, as both of the 5-star banners are long dresses that completely cover Nikki's legs, meaning the socks were totally not necessary. Oh, wow. Wow. That's insane. So basically, obviously they're not, but it's tantamount to the same thing. Oh, we're going to charge you for the underwear. By the way, you're never going to see that. What the hell? That's insane. So one of the pieces that you've got to pay for, you don't ever get to see because the dresses cover them. And only there to bump the pity count up to 220. For proof, users were able to log on immediately after maintenance found that even in the intro screen and cutscenes, Nikki's not wearing socks when wearing the new 5-star outfit. Hold up, we gotta look at this. What? No way. That's crazy. You gotta, wow. You gotta pay for that. It's not even showing off there because they were like, yo, we don't need that because you're not gonna see it even though you can see it there. That's insane. I'm actually kind of flabbergasted. It takes a lot usually to shock me. This is insane. This is actually insane, chat. I can't believe this. I can't believe it. So at this point, it's obvious they bumped the outfits to 11 pieces, slapped some socks on it, and hope players would just roll over. What's even funnier is that the thing is as well, we had to take it to 11, you know, because it was necessary for the design. But oh, by the way, here's the design us showing it off without the necessary thing. That's fucking insane. Okay, he's obviously bumped the outfit to 11 pieces, slapped some socks on it, and hope players would just roll over. What's even funnier is that before fixing any of the bugs, they pushed a 30 megabyte hotfix to put socks on the Nikki in the cutscene, but players are too fast and caught them anyways. Caught in 4K. Caught in 4K. Actually caught in 4K with the hand in the cookie jar. Red-handed, chat. Unbelievable. That is wild. You can use your other outfits if you want. That is insane, that is. Somebody saw that go up, probably saw a post go up on Reddit, was like, shit! Hotfix, hotfix, hotfix! Oh my god, that's wild. 14. For the endgame contest cycle, their apology says they'll make it bi-monthly, every 16 days, so it's still longer than what it was, which is still worse than the originally promised 14-day cycle. Anything to fuck the players, even in an apology. Both the CN and global community are in absolute meltdown mode. Boycotts, riots, you name it. I'm sure I've missed a bunch of stuff, but at this point, the game and the community is just in an absolute shambles. Every other post on the Infinity Nikki subreddit is outrage. They retconned the story. Dang, I actually thought the old story's start was very charming because it was so open-ended and carefree. Like, you go into an old attic and find a magical dress and it whisks you away into a fairy tale-like world, and that's it. From there on, you're set free to explore and have fun. Right? I thought that, because I remember seeing that. Like, you're picking the dress up and then you kind of get isekai'd off. Not for me, but I felt like, man, you know, Disney princess girls are going to absolutely love that. And then they were like, nah, man, we need some Marvel multiverse shit here. What the fuck? Insane. Absolutely insane. Like, not only did they fuck the player base, they totally read them wrong as well. Didn't name what they're like. Absolutely wild. Did you think they was going to just bring over the, like, the Genshin and Wuthering Waves fan base? Where they're like, you know what, lads? If we change this to, like, a Marvel multiverse, we're gonna eat up all of the Wira base. We're going to eat up the Genshin base, Zenlis. Who's going to want to play Zenlis when we got multiversal Disney princess, right? You know? What the hell? Hold up a second, chat. The dog's been good alarms there, letting me know that there was a delivery. But yeah, that's insane. Absolutely insane. I'd love to know what's going on in those boardroom meetings. Right? Right? These guys have got some work to do, right? Because if this is true, if CN's angry, EN's angry, yeah, you know? And obviously it's a mainly female player base, I would imagine anyway, right? We looked at the statistics the other day. It definitely is a bit more of a female player base, at least on the official TikTok accounts. Bro, I think you don't mess with the dresses, right? You start messing with the dresses, the girls are going to be mad, man. The girls are going to be mad, you know? My dog's barking on every ridiculous, right? They both went mental. They were like, oh my God, they changed the story. This is fucking insane. How'd you come back from this? How'd you come back from this? I don't know how you come back from this. I guess. Oh, saying that though, isn't the gacha revenue up to date, chap? Isn't the gacha revenue up to date? Now, this is probably something that won't take effect right away. We'll be interested to see what's going on in the gacha revenue. That is honestly wild. I don't think I've ever seen a game do this after launch. Yeah, it's like self-emulation, right? Just like, was it emulation? When you're basically setting yourself on fire, they just torch the cells. Insane. Absolutely wild. It's just crazy, that is, chat. I think this is one of the wildest things that I've seen in this space. Right? This is one of the wildest things I've seen in this space. Self-immolation, that's it, yeah. Absolutely. It's, emulation. What? You emulating yourself? Damn, bro. It's patch. What patch is he? Yeah, this actually, I think this is, you know, again, Black Beacon, right, messed up, right? Launch has been rough. They're favoriting one player base compared to the other. But this, bro, this is on a next level, this. You know? These guys were just like, yo, you guys having problems. You're having a PR disaster. The player's not happy. We got this. We got this. We got this. I'm a beer. We got this. I'll sort it out. I will fall on the sword to make you all look good. Now, Black Beacon looks great. Wuthering Waves looks great. Honkai Star Rail looks great. Genshin looks great. Everybody is coming out of these smelling of roses. I bet there's meetings going on across the gacha world now where they're like, thank fuck for Infold. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You know, I bet, what's his name? What is it? Charles. Was his name Charles from Black Beacons thinking, fucking let's go. Share it to Infinity Nikki. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen anything this bad in gacha, at least in a proper game anyway. Ridiculous. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section as well, because I'm going to upload this, and yeah, this is wild. This is wild. The worst self-destruct in gacha. I think that's a title. Let's go. Insane. Insane, chat. What do you think? Let me see what's going on in this image here. Okay, so Yeah, I still don't get what's going on in that image that well, to be fair. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I'm just dumb. See what happens when you don't understand your player base. I think that's what happens when you don't like your player base. If I'm honest. I mean, that's what happens when you don't like your player base. That's absolutely wild. A casual player, just know there is a bug and I cannot play for 3 days. Yeah, Nikki nuked himself despite his rather solid player base on the other world. Yeah, right. It's like, I feel like that, like a solid base to work off there. People from where I know anyway, you know, I'd heard prior that there was a little bit predatory systems, but, you know, it's gacha, you know. If you're expecting non-predatory stuff, this is not the place for you, I think. You know, you're going to expect it to some degree. You know, obviously there's a spectrum. There's a spectrum. But, yeah, I'd heard positive things. And, like, looking at the gameplay myself, I was like, I know this isn't going to be a game it's not made for me, right? It's not my kind of thing. But, like, I was so impressed by the visuals. And I was like, damn, it seems like there's a lot of little things to do in this. Just stream it one of the days for fun. Yeah, no way, no. No way. That's just insane. That's absolutely insane. But at the same time, I'm kind of tempted to just to see how bad the dumpster fire is, you know? How bad it's got. Ridiculous. This is what happens when you don't understand your player base. The negative premium currency shenanigans in FGO was better than this. Really? See, I wasn't around for that one. I know the old, what's it with Maple story was pretty freaking bad as well. You're not just dumb, just mentally challenged. Wasn't that because of people abusing a bug? Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. What was people left with minus currency, was they? PGR had a rough one as well, didn't they? Didn't they give away like too much currency? And then like that happened for people as well. They ended up in the negative, yeah. If I believe, if I'm correct. I think so, right? I think so. Then after that world shit, guys, I don't think we need to talk about Black Beacon. It's looking pretty good. I linked this video earlier, guys. I can't play the audio because it's copyrighted. Check it out. It's in my Discord. Go watch it. Name a character that went through more pain than her, and I'll wait. And it's safe to say there's a list, a big old list of characters, guys. And Arknights gets a good mention in there as well. So just check it out. But yeah, I can't post it because it's copyright, guys. It's copyright. So yeah. Yeah, check it out. It's in the Discord. It's in the Discord. It's great that people are lashing back at these scumbag companies, but now they have to follow through. That's it, isn't it? I think it's you know, I'm one of these people. Because some people sometimes are too much in the idea that, like, speaking out drama. Don't agree. It's about how you do it, isn't it? It's about being smart about it. It's about voicing your opinions. Even when you're angry, it's what we can have a joke, we can take the piss, we can call the companies this, that, and the other. But it's about being smart about things. You know, getting the stuff out there like that person did there. They did a really good job of pretty much bullet pointing everything that's gone on, at least from what I can see, and allowing people to see how shitty things are getting, rather than just having freakouts on Twitter and just kind of like ruining the cause, I guess. Because end of the day, we all want better games, don't we? And these companies are going to make money either way, as long as they're doing good practices and making good games. You know, look at Arknights. Arknights has been going now 6 years. Look at all the good systems in that game, you know? Look at all the good systems in that game. You know, up until, like, some of the stumbles with the anniversary for Wuthering Waves, look at all the good they're doing there as well. You know, there's plenty of games in this space that are doing good things and making shit tons of money. PGR, been going for years as well, doing really good things for the player base also. You know, there's plenty of games out here who are, you know, making money and appeasing the player base as well. It's just some just can't seem to grasp that concept, can they? They're like, no, how about we just burn it all to the ground? Right? We're just burning all to the ground, right? That'll work, right? Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. I heard a couple of these currency debt story over from other gachas, not uncommon, unfortunately. Yeah. The new Connie IC CN live stream remake, yeah, I have PS2. For real, bro. That's the worst nuke I've ever had, dude. Like, I've had my streams in the past blocked temporarily because of the stuff I'm showing. And then that's it. But never have I been nuked. Took 9 hours to clear the nuke. And then, like, 12 hours later, double nuke. It's like, bro, what the fuck? That was wild. The new Laterano event music is such a banger, by the way. Yeah, somebody was mentioning the music earlier, Neproom. I need to listen to some of the new music. Might do that tomorrow or over the weekend. Have a look at some of the 6th anniversary music. Later on, always slaps. What's going on, Tiana? I'm doing very well, thank you. I'm just cashing in and hit 600 pull, get both Susan on a Lapland alt max part now. Finally, I can die in peace. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the stream as well. This is like my anniversary of you, but a dumpster fire, each bullet point, not a hate, just joking. Some devs don't like to learn from other devs' past mistakes, unfortunately. Yeah, it's world, isn't it? It's world. They just treat it's like, I understand, you know, developing games is hard, right? I can't develop. I can't code, you know? And I wouldn't like to pretend that making video games is not a hard task. It's like, I said this with the Black Beacon situation. I wasn't even expecting a free 5-star character or anything like that. An apology would have been good enough for me. This is what's happening. We fucked up. We're working on it. We're a small kit team. We're gonna make things work. We're gonna make it better for you guys. All right, cool. I'll be here when things are better. You know, like, I'm a person, I'll buy into early access games. You know what I mean? I'm willing to give a game a chance. It's when they start, you know, doing things like that. Oh, we're going to give these guys some, not you. We're going to fuck around with monetization systems. We're going to actively try and shaft the player base. Then it's like, all right, now I can't give you time for this now. Now you deserve to be flamed. You know, bad launches happen all the time, don't they? It's gaming. It didn't used to happen so much, but now, you know, it's commonplace, right? So it is what it is, but it's how they react to it, isn't it, as well? It's how they react to it as well. But, like, that's just making your own problems, right, what they're doing there in Infinity Nikki. Like, it's, you know, mistakes happen, right? They're just like, man, this was going too smooth, guys. Can we just, like, can we make this more difficult? Wild. They treat like, treat trust like a currency they can earn and spend like they have a budget. That's a good way. I like that, actually. That's a good way to say it, actually, Joshua. That's deep. Deep, prophetic there. Well, maybe not prophetic, but still. You can't quickly cash out on long-term success, unfortunately, and the investors like cashing out too quickly. True, Mordor. Welcome to the stream as well. I don't know why, but anniversary for Arknights is different because it's a dev at HG, like to learn and have fun with it more than making a profit. Look at low, like giving all meme Lord Aura. Yeah, like, I was hoping for this with Wuthering Waves, because, like, I'm not going to lie, not everybody might be a fan of Wuthering Waves here, right? But for me, you know, I've had issues with the story and issues with some of the events in Wuthering Waves, but I always, and I still do, they've still got a lot of goodwill with me. I've always kind of praised Kuro, because I feel like there's a lot of bad actors in gaming, in developers, right? There's a lot of bad actors in the publishing space and all this, you know, and I think we should, I'm not saying simp for a company, because that can always end up burning yourself, but I think it's worth, you know, gassing up companies and glazing them a little bit when they're acting like good actors in the space. And I've been really positive about Kuro for a while, you know, and I still am. I still very much am. I think they've stumbled, and my hope is that going forward they're going to learn from this anniversary mishap, if you will, because I think it has been a mishap personally. Now I know some other people won't see it like that, you know. And again, for me so far, Hypergriff with Arknights, what I've played of Enfield, you know, cooking. I'm hoping Ananta is going to be the same as well. You know, and so far for me as well, Zenly Zero, you know, had a bit of an iffy launch, had some stuff in the game that people weren't happy about, and they've been constantly bettering themselves. And you know, I think it deserves some W's. That does, personally, with all of the people in the space just like fucking up. You know, with all these controversies, I pray for Google Classroom's health, for real, right? For real. Does Black Beacon even have a beta before launch? I don't know, actually, Leo. I would imagine it probably did. But I didn't hear about it. Problem is, actually, yes, it did. Yes, it did, because I know another content creator who was in it. Yeah, it did, yeah. I'm 99% sure it did. Problem is, nobody seems to be able to do that anymore, because that would mean admitting fault, and it's never your fault. It's the offended party's fault for being offended. Exactly. Do you know what? That was a perfect example of what happened with Black Beacon's apology. If you read through Black Beacon's apology to CN, it's very, you know, we fucked up, we apologize, we're sorry, we made mistakes. And I even said that in the initial video, that, man, that's nice, they're taking responsibility. Shame that we're getting shafted in the end, but nice to see that. If you look at the EN apology, it's very much, we're sorry that you didn't appreciate this. We're sorry that it wasn't up to your standards. We're empathetic with how you feel. It seemed very much like, sorry that you didn't like it, where on the other side, it was like, we're sorry because we fucked up. Where, like, on the EN side, it was like, we're sorry because you didn't appreciate, you don't appreciate what we've done. You know, there were two apologies, but very different apologies at the same time, which I noticed actually reading through them. I should have mentioned that in the video actually, but I was too busy yapping. To be fair, games come out at a faster rate than ever. Maybe what we're seeing is just normal rate failure. I think so. You know what as well? I think maybe less so in the gacha space because visuals are not so much of a big deal. But I think I'll have to link you guys a video in Discord one of the days because I watched it. He was talking about the Unreal 5 engine as a whole, and I think UE5 and is a massive factor on why a lot of this stuff's happening now in games. Extended developer periods, games becoming less and less efficient, file sizes exploding, and all of these different issues. And you know, I think there's a lot of fucking BS corporate politics that helps as well because gaming's got so big now, hasn't it? There's so many hands trying to get a piece of the pie that you know, I think that's part of it as well, right? It's not just two dudes in the garage making video games like it was in the 90s, you know what I mean? Trust is a currency, but the hard part is that you'll always spend more than you earn. Yo, you guys are coming in with the deep ones today, yeah. You're coming in with the deep ones, chat. It's much easier to break trust than to build, obviously. 4 months ago, oops, sorry. We're sorry you felt that way now, give us money. Pretty much, that's pretty much what it was, because it was like, they said that, and then followed up by saying, we've got a new banner coming soon, by the way. Sorry. They didn't mention any of that in the CN. They were just begging for forgiveness. They didn't dare mention, oh, by the way, there's an upcoming banner. EN, you know, it was just like, oh, we're sorry you didn't enjoy it. Oh, by the way, there's a roadmap coming and we got a new event coming soon. You know? Chat becomes a thinker when it comes to the gacha drama, right? So, yeah. Let's move on then, guys, shall we? Because there's two little... we got this Dragon Sword open world ARPG announced that the CBT pre-registration will start on May 8th. Oh, guys, as well... I was going to make a video out of this as well, but I couldn't make it into a full-on video because it was really just about Stellar Sora. If you don't know, Stellar Sora, isometric action RPG gacha game coming out soon. It's made by Yostar. It's actually developed by Yostar as well, not just published by them. It's got a very it's kind of reminiscent in a sense of Blue Archive, but less likely to get you put on a list, if that makes sense. It's got really smooth action combat, isometric viewpoint. It looks like what Black Beacon could be if it actually just ran better. You know, plenty of enemies on screen. It's kind of like it almost looks like it could have a real bullet hell style of gameplay to it as well. If on the harder content, it's gone into closed beta. You can sign up for it. Well, no, the registration for the closed beta has gone in. It started on the 28th and it runs up to the 16th as well. So if you want to check it out, you can get to the Twitter, get to the website, and you can sign up for the beta if you want to. You know, because obviously if you want to check it out, yeah. I saw it as a Blue Archive. I'm very interested. Me too. I think it looks actually really fun. Good music. The gameplay looks really cool. Character designs are nice. I like the whole aesthetic, the vibe. I'm interested in that game. It's I was speaking to Six about it because he was saying it as well. He's excited for that one. I'm actually looking forward to Stellar Sora. I don't think many people have got that on the radar, but I think it's going to be like, it's probably going to be a bit smaller. It's probably going to do really well in JP. I think it'll probably do really well in JP and CN, but it's got roguelike elements to it as well. I'm looking forward to it. All right then, should we have a look at this then? Dragon Sword Open World ARPG announced that the CBT pre-registration will start on May the 8th. This is only a little one. I don't think this is just like a little teaser or whatever, but should we have a little look? Let me just make sure my headset's on. Yep, we're good to go. All right, let's check it out. It's Reddit quality, so bear with me. Is this open world then, this? It's very Genshin-like, doesn't he? Is this male and female MC? Or what? Okay, that is very... So, there is a... On the 8th. Okay. The 8th, guys. Dragon Sword. Have you guys... I haven't seen anything about this. Is the gameplay of this? Dragon Sword Open World ARPG. Let's have a look. That was a proper teaser, right? I thought we was going to get something more then. Let's have a look if there's gameplay. Oh, actually, I think there is gameplay. It's old. though. Oh, is it an MMO? Is it an MMO? Let's have a look. This came out like, this video was like 2 years ago? Shit, okay. I guess it's going to be like challenging Crystal of Atlan and Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Oh, wow, that's kind of cool, though. Okay, that's kind of cool. All right, that's kind of cool. Mounts. Okay. That was actually kind of cool. Like hilly chills. Actually, did I see Sticks playing this? I can't remember if I saw Six playing this, actually. I don't know if it's the same game. It didn't look this good when I saw the gameplay of it, actually. I don't know if it's the same game, though. This all has a kind of, there's no UI. This is giving me in-engine vibes. You know, this is giving me in-engine vibes. This is rather than actual gameplay vibes. Only got 720p. This looks too familiar. It does, to be fair, it's very familiar. The actual combat, as I say, if is in-game, looks very smooth though, but I've got a feeling that that's not actual gameplay. I might be wrong, but it almost just looks like it's in-engine kind of thing, like. No, that kind of does look in-game though, actually. Okay, Monster Hunter style stuff, that's kind of cool though, I'm not gonna lie. The ability to mount enemies is kind of cool. Oh, it's getting fucked up. Some of these enemies look actually kind of cool as well. Bro, they're like ants swarming a giant fucking wasp or something. It's kind of creepy. Alright, okay. Hard to say, because like I say, hard to tell if that was full-on, truly proper in-game gameplay. Some of it looked like it was, and some of it didn't. But yeah, worth keeping an eye on, yeah? Worth keeping an eye on, I think, chat. I think so. You know, it's going for an MMORPG, so it's not a gacha game. It might have gacha elements, but it's an MMORPG. So, okay. It's gonna be, pre-registration will start on the 8th, guys. Let's, hold up a second. Let me see if I can find a link for you guys. Pound 13 are developing it. Can't find a link to the website though. It's Korean. I can't find a link to their website right this second, but as soon as I can find something, I'll link it in Discord, guys. If anybody's interested anyway. Might be worth having a little look at, but yeah, CBT pre-registration will start on May 8th. So you're just a week away, guys, just a week away. Not too long. Where's this here as well? Have you guys heard about this? What's this here? Scarlet Toyid Zero era. I don't know about this game. Okay, let's have a little look at this, guys. I'm intrigued. I don't know what this is. What's that channel saying? Yeah, I don't think I've seen anything on this. All right, let's have a look. Let me know if you know anything about this one, guys. Gameplay's carrying it for me. Never mind, I thought it was a Monster Hunter. It's kind of like that, yeah. It was kind of like that, all the jumping up. So it's Boy and Gacha. Well, I would imagine if it's an MMORPG, I would assume it's free to play. I would assume in the space now, it's kind of, need to be free to play with some subscription options. Typically, most games will do it where you get access to a good chunk of the gameplay, and then obviously you can either pay for DLC expansions or a subscription format. So I wouldn't imagine it'd have a box price, because then it'd probably be dead on arrival, if I'm honest. I think in the MMO space, you need to go free to play, to be fair. Try looking at Dragon Nest, and old MMO kind of looks similar. Okay, I think I might have seen that, actually, Leo. I think I might have seen that. Amir spotted. All right, let's have a look at this one then, guys. Scarlet Toyid Zero Era. Devlog gameplay demo. I have no idea what this is or what it's about, but I'm curious, so let's have a little look. It's only a minute long, 50 seconds long, so let's have a look. Story dialogue, okay. Art style's kind of nice. Auto and a skip button, always good to see. Tier. Oh, wow. Oh my fucking god, bro! What the hell, man? I've had no issues with my internet, and now I'm having fucking issues. Is the stream still going? It's telling me it's disconnected, man. Stream's fine. It's literally like, it must be like disconnecting for like a split second. But not disconnecting on your guys' end. I'm good. Yeah, man. Yo, Han Solo's. I'm telling you, he's gonna be the sacrifice. I swear to God, he best not do that today. Dude, I've had no issues in my internet for the longest period of time. And now back to back, well, not back to back because I didn't stream yesterday. I'm streaming and now I'm having issues. Let me just check something to make sure it is. Well, it definitely was my internet the other day. Let me just check something quickly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. I was about to start effing and blinding then, chat. I was about to start effing and blinding. Hand's fucked. He's on thin ice. Twitch side went offline. Yeah, I'll say it definitely dropped. It must just not been long enough to cause any issues. Okay then. All right, let's have a look at this. You know what? This looks very much like Arknights in-game character models, right? Am I tripping? Am I tripping or what, chat? Bast. Standard chibi art style in your opinion, you reckon? Well, so yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It's just even the way they move and stuff kind of reminds me of Arknights. What is going on, dude, with my internet at the minute? Like, my internet's not even dropping though. Like, is the stream still there? Because he's telling me it's disconnected again. Just gonna run a speed test. Hold on a second, chat, because dog's barking. Okay, is it all right now? Twitch got to drop peeps so hot team. It's on my end. I'm having issues on my end. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to get in touch with Virgin. I'm gonna have to get in touch with Virgin. Like, I'll pay you a decent amount of money, man. I've got like, I have 1100 down and like 150 up, which I wish my up was higher. But like, I shouldn't be having this happening. Like, for like 2-3 years now, my internet's been pretty solid. You know, good speed, everything fine. Now it's just trolling me. Now it's just trolling me. I'm going to try something here a second. See if that helps. Okay. All right, then. Cool. Yeah. Interesting, I guess. I don't know what to say about it, really. Couldn't really get much from that, really. That dragon sword looks interesting, though. That dragon sword looks interesting. Should we watch this video, though, guys? Should we watch this video? We'll watch it. Let's have a look at these posts, and then we'll watch that video, yeah? We'll watch that video. Oh, shit. Number 10's hilarious. Okay, all right. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, we're all good, yeah. Stream's fine. Stream's fine, yeah? Kicks me off, say network error occurred, can't play content. Final point, bro. Hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, that's it. That's a great one. That's a great one. All right, let's have a look at the rest of the points then. Because that number 10 was a banger. Number 10's a banger. Number 10's a banger, chat. Right then, this is r/gacha gaming, everybody's favorite place for gacha news, right? What is the recipe for a successful gacha in 2025? Well, I guess just don't be like Infinity Nikki and Black Beacon, and you might be on the road to gold, if I'm honest. You know, you just try those two things, and you're on to a winner, I think. Initially, I wanted to comment on the recent post of the fellow gacha gamer here, but then decided to expand into a separate discussion. Okay, so we don't necessarily need to read that then. One would say there's plenty of gachas out there. True. One would say there's plenty of gachas out there. Bring at least an innovative idea. Try a fresh setting, learn from the mistakes that others made, and you are up for dollars, millions of dollars a month revenue. Yet we see these rookie mistakes everywhere, from studios out with their first release to established brands. I think that's a bit of a problem with the gacha space, man. We don't see enough innovation. I think we need to see more innovation. And I don't mean settings and stories. I mean in mechanics. I think this is one place that hopefully, I'm hoping Enfield's going to be a big factor in pushing innovation in the mechanic space, in the farming space, in you know, the gameplay loop space. That's where I think if a game can come in that looks good, plays good, good characters, good story, and really develops the gacha side, not the pulls so much, but the other elements of gacha. I think that's the key to unlock like the big cash, in my opinion. Why? Because people would jump in, swiping their credit card on day one without taking time to understand the game and see if it's worth it. Here's my take on a successful gacha recipe in 2025. This there's probably not so true in somewhere like Japan. Japan definitely seemed to be attached more to brand recognition. That's why advertisements heavily incentivized in Japan for gacha games. They need to see that this is going to be around. Well, this is what I've learned from the marketing side of things, if it's true in Japan anyway, from what I've seen, that they kind of want that. I think the security, like, okay, these guys are like legit. This is going to be here for a while before I start swiping. Okay, then here's my take on a successful gacha recipe in 2025. All right, then we've got the next 10 cent here, guys. 1. iOS, Android, and PC release at the same time is a must nowadays. Controller support and Steam release is a huge advantage. Of course. These are all true, right? Getting on as many platforms as possible. Getting it on the PlayStation 5 as well. Huge. This isn't so easy to do though, right? There's a reason why a lot of games tend to release for Android and then they try and get a PC launcher and then consoles as well, because obviously being on everything is the way to go. It's not always possible for a lot of developers, as the same way it's not possible for a lot of developers to launch outside of particular regions because of cost and experience. But controller support, yes, definitely, depending on the game for sure. A Steam release, of course, is a huge advantage as well, especially in the West for sure, definitely. I don't think there's any arguing there, but it's not exactly easy for all devs to do the same, is it? A fresh setting with a memorable story and some good voice acting. Look at Black Beacon, who attempted this but kind of failed the rest. All right, okay. You know, when it comes to the story, I've got a differing opinion to a lot of people on Black Beacon and its story, because everybody glazes it, man, and it didn't gel with me at all. 3, well-polished core gameplay, of course. The most important thing, definitely the most important thing, your game has to be fun to play. It will prompt spending. Don't make a game that needs spending to be fun to play. Spend time optimizing, functional optimization, i.e. quality of life features, definitely massive here. Stress testing, server latency, closed beta for scale, in-game shop purchasing, compatibility so you can play on various devices, possible hacks, item duping, etc. Okay, I think he's just kind of describing here what you need to make a game, really, if I'm honest, rather than so much a successful game. Of course, these all help, but, you know, figure out the monetization model up front, be transparent and consistent about this. Infinity Nikki could definitely work on this front, right? After the post that we just read about them. So they definitely need to go back to number 5 and probably go from there, if I'm honest. 6, work with your community. True. That doesn't mean listening to the loudest minority. True. Which tends to complain about everything. That means communicating your thinking and decision process. This is true. I've said this before. Us as gamers, we're really good at, you know, pointing out the problems, aren't we? That's what we do. We play the thing. You know, it's like when you're at a restaurant, we might not know exactly how to make a dish amazing, but we know what tastes good to us, right? That doesn't mean what our criticism itself or our ideas to fix it are going to necessarily make the thing better. It might improve it for us, maybe, but in general, probably not going to work for the business itself. And we're really good at that, aren't we? I think a good developer employs people who are really good at listening, relaying the information of the problems, and having a set of people who understand what would benefit the majority. Because sometimes the thing is, in games, the majority might voice an opinion, but it might not even be the opinion that's going to best suit them in the long run. It might, in your head, it might be like, this is going to fix it. But over time, we've seen it in certain games. Games have reacted to, like, the majority of a player base saying, we need this to be changed to this, and the developers changed it, and then it's kind of ended up, like, not being exactly what people wanted. So, like, I think having that ability to listen and then implement the best thing for the majority of people, it's a hard thing to do. You know, it must be a really hard part of video game developing, that must. Really, and trying to please as many people as possible. So at the end of the day, you're never going to please everybody, and trying to please everybody is going to end up just pleasing nobody, really. Gathering player feedback via in-game polls and or other medium like Discord. This is why surveys are good. That means providing players with a way to channel their most wanted features to appear in the game on your roadmap. I think sometimes, like, this is why test servers are good as well. Not so much beta servers, but test servers to try stuff out and have select people to be able to get into just to try things out, and then the developer can see how players interact with things. And maybe how the players are interacting with things might be even more important than the actual feedback itself. Show your roadmap. Always good to see. Just say it's fluid and might change, but don't change core direction. If you said no PvP, but you saw a dozen posts on a game subreddit that the game will die without PvP, that's not necessarily the truth. This is true, because I think this is a thing in gaming, right? And I think it's like it in politics, right? There's that saying, the silent majority tends to rule, right? The minority is usually the loudest, most passionate part of a political base, a player base, a consumer base. They're usually the minority, right? You know, it's like the 1%. It's like when people are expecting particular things in a PvP game to cater to the 1%. It's why it never is a good idea to do that, because the 99% are more important, really. It's just they're a lot quieter on their opinions. their opinion is when the game starts to suck, they'll just go elsewhere. They won't be on Twitter crying about it. They'll just go play something else because they're a little bit more normal, you know. So yeah, that's not necessarily the truth. True. 8, make attractive characters with memorable personality. This is a massive thing with gacha games. You know, it's a big part of the game, isn't it? It doesn't have to be 100% female club. Look at Love and Deep Space. True. It doesn't have to be Concord style either. I think Path to Nowhere is another great example of hitting the sweet spot for their audience. Treat your player base equally. I think, in my opinion, the games that do the best looking characters, personally for me, is probably Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, Arknights, and Zenless Zone Zero. I think they really like nail it on character design for me. And Reverse 1999 as a little example as well. I think that needs to get a mention, an honourable mention. So yeah, treat your player base equally. Hey, who we thinking of there, chat? Who we thinking of there? Treat your player base equally. CN, JP, EU, US, or whatever part of the world you're looking to appeal to the most might cause the rest to pass by. True. 10. Don't ever come to r/gacha gaming for any advice. What are your thoughts on this? I think 10 is probably the most important piece of advice right there. Most important piece of advice. Pretty much all of these are like, you know, the things that all game developers are probably taking into consideration right off the bat. Number 1, I think is just, it tends to be more of a resource thing. You know, if a team's got the resources, I think they'll try to get it on everything, right? They'll try to get it on everything. We've seen with a lot of gacha games that either release in CN first or on mobile first and then come to more devices. That's just, it's a resource situation, right? It has to be that way. They start to make money, they can afford to do more. Look at perfect example, Arknights needed a publisher. No self-publishing when it comes to the new game, you know. You're stepping up the ladder, right? 10, I think, is facts, big facts there. So yeah, great post. And yeah, some of those I think are all pretty much, you know, your standard thing. I think, as I say, I think the next step in gacha that will probably be really successful will obviously have all of these, but will take a new step and a new direction in the menial tasks. And I mean, your farming, your everyday busy work, right? That's going to be the next big game, in my opinion, that does all of the gacha stuff, that does all of the gameplay stuff, but then makes it so the player is at the center of all of the daily tasks, and it's not about retention. The retention is something you get from doing it right, and that's my opinion anyway. I think that'll be the next game, next big game, and I think potentially Enfield could really do it. I don't know if it'll be big in the sense that I think the base system probably will filter a lot of people. I think Ananta, if Ananta can get things right, and this is coming from like as objective point as I can, as an unbiased point as I can, I'm more excited about Enfield, I'll admit, for me. But I think if Ananta can really push the envelope in the gacha side of things, I think they've got the biggest chance to really be the like, you know, the next one. Not quite Genshin level, but the next one, you know? So I'll be interested to see what happens with Ananta personally. Honestly, I will. What's going on, Renegade? Arknights does have good characters, but not a lot of people dig the animal-like features. That's a good point. That's subjective as well, isn't it? At the end of the day, design is really. Heathcliff in a bear costume is peak character design, but he's not playable. Did a little research, and yes, Dragon Sword is being developed by the same devs as Dragon Nest. Oh, nice one, Leo. Nice one, bro. I'll have a look at that in a bit. 10 is justifiable. 10 itself is a paradox. Gacha gaming more like Hoyo gaming, true. Basically said to ignore his post too. Paradigm, to be fair, AKJP gets 10 pulls every anniversary because they always get into top 10 games in the country. See, like, stuff like that, I don't necessarily am angry about that because I feel like that's a reward for express activity, you know? Like the same way, let's say, you know, well, Arknights are doing it with like the profile picture stuff, right? Reverse 1999 are doing it where logins will get you some rewards. That's two different players getting treated differently. Me, who might not have 365-day logins, is getting less than the person who's got 365-day logins. I think that's fair though. It's an unfair. It's a different treatment, but it's totally fair at the same time because it's rewarding a returning customer, isn't it? You know, I think when it starts to get down to being a problem, he's like, look at what Black Beacon are doing, where it's literally like, oh, we fucked you all over, but we're gonna appease this player base more because we think they're more important. That's a problem, I think. You know, It has to be that way. In the end, I realise people see the animal ears and be turned off from the furries. Yeah, I think that's a good point. You know, I've seen people say that. Frick Neo says he, you know. One of my good friends, Neo, in the chat, Demon, you know, he said that, not into the furry stuff. It's just some people that's not into it, are they? And I can understand it. And Anta might be the next normie gacha game. Yeah, I think it's got the potential to, Joshua. I really do. If you can get onto the console launch, if you can launch on console, right, and obviously it's not going to compete with something like GTA, but I think it's going to potentially pull in people who want that sort of experience. You know, I agree. I think it could really pull in a big normie audience. I do. Out of all the games, if I had to put my money on it as objectively as possible, this is if they do everything right. I think it's got the potential to be massive, like massive. I really do. I like the animal feature because of the no art parallel. Also, new players always attribute the animal features to empathy despite it being racial features. That's a minor mistake. I bet you and Andrew's waiting for GTA 6 release so people can't afford to play and run GTA smoothly on all. Yeah, I mentioned this before, Renegade. I was saying that there'll probably be a lot of kids out there and people who just can't afford it, especially on the consoles, who'll look, you know, because obviously on PC there's a lot more free-to-play options as well, typically. It's getting more on console as well. They'll be looking and being like, man, I wish I could play some GTA. And then it pops up on the store. Oh, what's this? Oh, is this like anime GTA? Let me check it out. And it's not anime GTA, but that might be just the hook that's just enough to get some people in, and then boom, you've got a new customer potentially. I'm thinking like this live service game for mobile should be able to appease veteran player and new player like you just joining Arknights. It should not be a handicap to play through playtime in the game. You mean explore, like, oh, you didn't explore this place, so you can't do level that unit until later. I don't see any problem in the login milestone rewards, loyalty reward. Yeah, I don't either personally. You know, I think I think it's one of my biggest frustrations with the Wuthering Waves anniversary. The anniversary definitely feels like it's catered towards new players, which is great, awesome. But as a person who's been spending money on the game for the last year, it's like, oh, thanks. You know, I'm still getting stuff, but it's more catered towards the new player. As I say, good business, but you know, not so much for me personally. All right, we're looking at you. It's very surface level though. Marco Meatball has a problem at first too with animal features until he tried the game and he finished a couple of chapters and the whole Syracuse aren't. See, I'm going to admit I am not like, I suppose when I think furries, I'm not into furries, and I'm talking like furries, you know, so much that it's not my vibe of, you know. Obviously, I don't dress up as Foxians and whatever. When I think furries, that's what I think of. I don't mind, and I'm not against. And actually, some designs are really cool. Anthropomorphic animals or humanoids in video games. Like, I like Elder Scrolls. There's plenty of that. You know what I mean? There's plenty of that. And there's plenty of that sort of stuff in the fantasies that I like, actually. You know, I like it in Infinity Zero. You know, Miyabi's one of my favorite characters. I think it's cool, you know. I'm fine with it, man. I'm fine with it. I'm just really not into like I suppose the furry culture's done a bad thing for you know, that side of things, right? You know, because some weird shit, right, which we won't get into on stream. GTA $600 sad but true at this point. Yeah, like for me, obviously it sucks if it is $100, right? The worst thing about GTA is it's not going to be on PC. I really don't want to buy a PlayStation 5, and I think I'm getting to the point where I don't think I'm going to, chat. And this is coming from somebody that I've got like nearly 25k subs on YouTube now. 80% of those come from GTA. That's where my bread and butter come from on my channel. That's why really probably for the amount of subs I've got, the views is like skewed, because GTA was massive for me on my channel, massive, you know. Yeah, man, I can't justify spending 500 or 600 quid on a PlayStation, not in this economy anyway, just for one game, you know. I'm like, I might just wait for it to come to PC, which is going to suck. So maybe a Nanta will fill the void for me as well, you know what I mean? And there's people who cannot afford GTA but can afford a gacha currency. Well, that's it, isn't it? That's the thing. There's a reason why finance and pay-as-you-go type stuff works, because we're taught to look at things like that, you know. Well, I can spend 100 quid up front, or I can spend $3.99 a month. Most people will be like, $3.99 sounds kind of good, especially if you can opt out, you know, because you could spend £6, get 2 months and be like, yeah, I'm done. That's enough for me. I didn't have to spend £100 and then regret my purchase just after. So I think that's why free to play and monetization works so well, right? It works so well because there's that opt-in, opt-out kind of thing. To me, their animal features blend into their designs after all. They're more like accessories to me at this point. Yeah, I think they're done in a really good way, aren't they? They're quite, I don't want to say muted, you know, but they kind of are. Like, it's not overbearing, is it really? It is kind of like accessories, really, isn't it? You know, most of them do look human, just with like some little cute ears or something like that, or a tail or whatever. So yeah, honestly, I don't see them any different than I wouldn't see any other alien. Yeah. What's going on, Billy? Miyabi and Vulpes is going to be a good friend / good listener. They're all ears. That's one thing that still freaks me out, though, man. I'm like, you know, with a lot of characters, I'm like, I know in Arknights they've got 2 and that, but I'm like, in certain stuff, I'm like, lift up your hair, man. What's there? Is it just smooth skin? Is there no ear? What's going on? Honestly, forgot the animal features are something unusual. I don't understand big upcoming games being launched exclusively on one platform like those two. I think if you've got the resources, yeah, it's silly. It's silly, isn't it? I understand that some companies just, it's like you see indie games just releasing on PC because they don't have the resources because it's very expensive to get the licenses, isn't it, for console as well. And then obviously the development of multiple platforms and stuff. So yeah, but if you've got the resources, it just feels like why would you do that? GTA 6 Online will become Gacha anyway. Yo, Cheese, coming in with a plat sub, bro, and holy Zero. Thank you very much, man. Can we go, guys, can we get some dubs in the chat? Dubs in the chat. Came in the other day, gifting a bunch of members as well, like an absolute legend. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the continued support. How you doing as well, dude? Welcome to the stream. Is Twitch still being shit? Is Twitch still being shit, or is it better? Our fucking internet's playing up again today, dude, man. DNA got announced for Epic Games Store. How much you want to be Epic stash money up there, boom, to stay exclusive. Definitely, yeah. Definitely. Arknights carrots, that's our 4 ears. Yeah, we was talking about this before, weren't we? Everyone having animal features, almost like none of them have. Just exactly right. It's like, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it's good. I like the character design in Arknights personally. Yo, guys, as well. Guys, listen. We've got like 70 odd people in the chat right now, right? Even after the internet crash. We haven't even got 30 likes on the stream. Guys, if you're watching, you haven't already liked the stream, it's very much appreciated. Drop a like on the stream. Let's see if we can push towards 50 likes for the stream today. I would very much appreciate that, guys. You're legends. Shout out to everybody who's hit the like button as well. All right, then. Okay. Yeah, we've gone through that. I'm probably not going to go into that one. Shall we watch this video here, guys? Shall we watch this video here? I think it was Renegade who posted this. Yeah, was it Renegade who posted this one? It was Renegade who posted this one. Okay, so Renegade again with the recommendation here. And this one is from Sessith again. And this is called Arknights. And apparently it's about the making of Arknights, which I'm interested in, right? I'm interested in. It's a year old, but I don't think that affects the story of the beginning, right? You know? So should we watch this one, guys? I'm looking forward to this, actually. I'm very much looking forward to this. It's a bit of a longer one. So let's sit down, get yourself a nice refreshing beverage, put your feet up. Let's watch this one, and then we'll get into the game afterwards, okay, guys? So this is Sessith, Arknights. Gonna be a preemptive like. And we're gonna get into this one.
We're celebrating the 4th anniversary for Arknights on the...
Damn, man, we just hit the 6th. That's insane. Man, this video's a year. What the... Well, yeah, actually, it's because it's going off EN, probably, yeah.
Okay, server. But this is not where the dream of Arknights began. We're going back to when the first Arknights characters were drawn. This was on April 5th, 2015. A man known as Hai Mao, aka Lowlight, was designing characters for a game he was currently working for. This was Girls Frontline, and one of the characters is very familiar to us. This is Calcit. At that time, he intended to have her being added to the game Girls Frontline. This ended up never happening, even though the entire lore was already written out on a Pixiv post.
Oh wow, no way. Oh wow, even all the monster stuff as well. It's just like, you know, it was waiting to come, right? It was waiting to come. Hey, I'm glad it didn't, right? Because that would have meant that that wouldn't be Arkal in this game, right? Surely.
Surprisingly, this would not be the only character that Lowlight would design but never gets a place in the game. Doctor and W were also supposed to be characters.
Speaking of Doctor, guys, would you guys be interested in potentially, I was thinking about it, I never really do these sort of things, but I thought it would have been kind of fun. A Doctor kind of cosplay stream, you know? I thought it might be enjoyable to do, chat. I thought it might be enjoyable to do. I thought it'd be a laugh. We might actually do it, guys. All right, we might actually do it. The God Hand.
Characters for Girls Frontline.
PL's stream is full of comments about lagging too. Oh, is it really? Is he having issues as well?
Most likely, this was the start of his connection with Yushong getting worse. So, who is Yushong? Yushong is the CEO of Sunborn, also known as the Mika Team, which are the developers of Girls Frontline. Lowlight didn't call Yushong just his boss, but there was also a period in his life where he called him a friend. But working with friends is always problematic at a workplace.
So did this not last then? This sounds like this didn't last.
Eventually, they start to have different creative views with the direction of Girls Frontline. Or at least, this is what many theorize in the Girls Frontline community.
It all comes back.
2 years later,
all comes back to the spot, bro. To the start.
Lowlight finally had enough and quit working at Sunborn.
Okay.
Lowlight was not planning to find a new job. So, what was his plan? To keep it short, Lowlight had a vision. A gacha game. Better than Girls Frontline will ever be. He and his friends founded their own company. This company was called Hypergriff. It wasn't a massive company. Of course not.
What was it now? In Chinese, what does it mean? Staghorn? Is that what it means now? I think it was, yeah.
At first, it was just him and his friends. Not long after founding Hypergriff, they started working at Lowlight's division. This game project would later become known as Arknights, and it's supposed to be the first tower defense gacha game on the market. But he knew he and his friends won't be enough to create something far better than anyone else has brought to the market. They needed help, and this is what they got. People who previously worked for Yostar and Sunborn.
You know what I've noticed as well recently? YouTube is so far behind with the comments. I saw a few other streamers complaining about total segue. I do apologize. There's a notice when I'm saying so if you guys are coming in a little bit late. YouTube's like so far, and I'm on low latency as well. It shouldn't be a problem. I do apologize. Back to it.
Started to join in. With that, the team got help from people with a ton of developing experience and also some with knowledge in publishing games. But this would not be the only help they would receive. Back in Lowlight,
we don't call it the Dark Souls of tower defense for no reason, right?
College days, he was also really into doujins, making a lot of them himself. Doujins, for the people that don't know, are fan-made products from already existing media. Most of the time though, it's just art. All the more fitting it is that the college he went to was the Academy of Art in China. This period in his life helped him form a bunch of important connections.
No, I actually went to art college, guys, and then dropped out. I actually did. I went to art college, and then I went and did sign writing.
In the doujin circle, like Norik Zet or Hyungsheng Heitu. Those would not just draw characters for Arknights, but eventually be part of Hypergriff itself. With a team like this, they were ready to create a game far better than Girls Frontline would ever be, or at least this was still their goal. While working intensely for Arknights, Hypergriff also made a little mascot for their company. It might not be relevant for today's story, but I'm hoping for a day Miss Hypergriff would eventually become part of my Arknights roster. So hey, if you have never seen...
Bro, she not gonna fight? The hell?
The mascot of Hypergriff? Now you have. But back to the story.
I didn't even know about that. Yeah, I didn't know about that. That's total news to me.
In 2017, Hypergriff had no chill. And this shows in how little time they managed to release the Alpha 4 Arknights. If we assume they immediately started working at Arknights when Hypergriff was founded, that would mean the official date is 2017 in January. Only 11 months later, we would see the first Arknights Alpha gameplay. This was the 5th of December in 2017. Right? This was in less than a year. They were able to create a game that is already so far developed that they can be shown to the public. But let's not skip too far ahead. During the developing process in 2017, before the release of the alpha, it was not rare to see occasional pictures of the development stages for the game. For example, on the 30th of August, we will get to see the first picture of the main screen in Arknights. If you would see something like this today, most likely would think, yeah, that looks pretty mid, and move on with your life. But for us that play Arknights for already 4 years, things do get more interesting. First, let's start at the top right.
It wouldn't have looked so mid. Not that it looks mid, but you know what I mean.
To this day.
It would have stood out
the
more.
original prime count is at 12k, a number a broke person like you and me will never see on their account. The Sanity logo was also not a thing yet, but we get to see the stages were called OP21, which most likely stands for Operation 21. Very simple, but I'm glad they changed it. Having to say I am stuck at Operation 400 when regarding to Chapter 12 is merely just confusing, and being able to say 1220 is just much more pleasant. Squad and operators switch sides. The only thing is that in squads we see a time, 1410. No clue if that used to have a purpose or not, but I couldn't think of any reason why that might be there. Recruitments in shop are also at the same place as today. It's just that recruitments and heat hunting were in the one and the same section, and you were able to see how long it takes until recruitment.
That's actually quite impressive. How the UI, how usable it was initially. You know, because UI is usually a thing that drastically changes over a game's lifespan. Definitely pre-launch. So it's actually quite impressive how it stayed pretty similar really for the lifespan of the game even prior to release. Give me a second, he's fucking dog again. My bad. Yeah, he's a demanding man. Elsie's just chill. He's like, bro, do things for me. I want to check the back door. I want to check this. I want to do that. It's like, shut up, bro. Just lie down. Alright, let's get back into it.
We're done. The depot is most likely to the right.
They got what they wanted to do with the UI pretty early on, so they didn't change. Like, yeah, it's good to see, good to see.
And the base is to the left. Weird is that you can see the drones for the base in the depot, and for the base you have a timer on how long it takes until the command center is finished building. I am glad they got rid of the Clash of Clans building system, where you must wait until the building working is finished. To the left we get to see the news tab and the task tab, which are pretty much self-explanatory.
Yeah, it's pretty similar still even now. This has just been cleared up a little bit now, hasn't it?
The friend tab also makes a lot of sense. The only two I found rather confusing were the crown and the flag. Everything I can see about it are speculations, so I will leave this to your imagination.
What are they, chat? What do you reckon? What do you reckon they would have been?
They were level 65, with the account's name being Farisa. I love this little Easter egg, since Farisa is not just a random name they picked, but I'm not spoiling anything here. A month later, the old official Arknights account did post their first official Arknights tweet. This was Set Sail. Last time I talked about it, I was only able to speculate on this. But if we go off this...
Damn bro, it's still wild to me though now, man, that 2017 was 8 years ago. Holy fucking shit.
Random person's comment. Rhode Island is a land ship. Arknight's name also has the word Ark in it, which is a type of a boat. And this isn't a stretch either, because Arknight's Chinese name, Ming Ri Feng Shu, roughly translates to the ship facing tomorrow. It might be accurate or not.
I definitely do think the name sounds better in English, that's for sure. The ship facing tomorrow.
It's one of the most likely theories I saw, therefore just take it with a grain of salt.
Not exactly a catchy
3 months have passed after the tweet. It was now time to see the first gameplay footage of the alpha they released. While there are only a few recordings
So
available
making me
today,
all, hey,
a YouTuber
man, it's
documented it
time,
quite
man, I have
well.
to say.
They go under the name Steparu. They got the opportunity to test the game. Maybe when referring to a pre-amnesia doctor, they were just referring to Steparu all along. Anyway, the source of the footage I will be using from here on out regarding the old gameplay is from them, so please check out Steparu's channel. In the end, there is no better way to see the vision Hypogryph once had than looking at the first footage of the game. How much does it truly differ from today?
Man, look at Fang.
Well, the answer is quite a lot. Some things stayed the same, or at least the backbone of it is recognizable. But countless things were in.
So the Recruit was from day one, yeah, Recruit. See, like, I didn't, obviously, I don't know, because I'm, like, late to the game. I thought this was probably something that came in later as, like, a quality of life, you know, accessibility thing or something like that. I didn't think, it was, like, in the game from the get-go. Insane? Okay.
Insanely different at that time. Looking at this is not only intriguing, but also makes you think what could have been if they wouldn't have changed it.
Oh,
One
wow,
of the
did you
biggest
see that
changes
there?
they made was about the
stage.
at that time. Looking at this is not only intriguing, but also makes you think what could have been if they would.
Okay. Just giving you the tiles, yeah, and the enemy it spawns and the defense points. Okay, interesting.
Have changed it. One of the biggest changes they made was about the gameplay. Back in its alpha, potential upgrades were not a thing, meaning you could own the same operator multiple times. In Alpha Arknights, you could bring the same operator more than once to a stage, so beating a stage with only cruises would have been a possibility back then. At first, it sounds super fun.
Have they ever done any stages like that just for fun? You know? Have they ever done anything like that, like for events where you could just have multiple of the same unit in a stage? Because that would be kind of fun, actually.
But the more you think about it, the more grateful you are that they did change it. I personally believe the implementation of potential upgrades was a good thing. Yes, it would have been fun to use 12 times the same operator. Think one step further and ask yourself, what would have been the meta in Day 1 Arknights? Just bring the most broken operator 12 times and call it a day. I struggle to think of any early stage that would have been not clearable with 12 Zero Ashes, skill free M3, or 12 Ifrits or whatever you can imagine. Besides that, it would have made the game insanely pale and boring. Pulling for the same character 12 times would not only put me in debt, but
that was definitely a change that was a good change for sure, right?
It also makes it less exciting for any character release.
Would have broke the meta totally,
for their decision to change this.
Imagine the meta being 12 wishes. That's exactly what I was thinking about, you know.
One of the mechanics is cloning one of your ops and be able to use them at the same time. This would be hilarious if it's just a one-time thing. The alpha itself had many different things that were intriguing, be it the display of the stages, or just how the UI looked. Comparing the alpha to how the game looks after 4 years of its release.
One thing I'll say though, man, even back then, like, and obviously I say it shows that the UI was a good design because it hasn't changed drastically. Even then, man, so clean, right? You know, Arknights has got a clean, this is one thing that, like, a lot of people was bigging up Enfield for as well, is like the UI design. You know, coming from another game that I really like as well, Zenly Zone Zero, suffers from an over-tuned, over-designed UI, which, although looks really nice on the face of it, is very much less serviceable, you know, in regards to, like, efficiency and all that sort of stuff, where, like, this is just clean, it's crisp, it's smooth. Yo, shit, dude, man, fucking hell, jeez, yo. Guys, can we get some fucking dubs in the chat, please? Unholy Zero Cheese coming in with the 5 gifted. The 5 gifted, guys. Let's get some W's in the chat, man. For my boy. Thank you very much, dude, for the continued support again. Yo, shout out to Fatless Joshua, Hermit, BS Commissions, Knight as well. Getting all the gifted there. Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for the continued support, dude. Continue supporting the Twitch channel now for quite a while, man. Absolute legend. Top bloke as well. Good guy. Thank you very much, dude. I really do appreciate the support. You're an absolute freaking legend. Yes, let's see those dubs in the chat, guys. Absolute legends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Nice one, chat. Nice one. All right, let's get back to it then. Yeah, again though, UI. Clean, man, right? Clean chat. Like, this is a clean UI back then. Insane.
It's truly an experience. Looking at the summoning animation, you can clearly see that the style changed quite a lot. I personally think for single summons, keeping the old animation will make it a lot more exciting to do a temple, since now it is a completely different animation for
man,
single
look at where...
and
oh,
now
actually,
you have the amazing temple.
I do like the temple. That looks kind of nice, though, that does. I'm not gonna lie.
Where you have 10 characters at the same time. But now, right now, the way it is, it's the same animation, just instead of pulling out 10 different characters, it's just one. And I think it's a lot less exciting this way. In the alpha, there were also 7 classes instead of 8. Guard, Sniper, Caster, Healing, Tank, Specialist, and Supporter, with just a different logo. Vanguard was not really a thing yet, and to regenerate DP, you would bring a guard with a DP ability, like the 3-star Doberman. Yes, I didn't misspell that. Not only was it super common for
smart move to go into, like, I suppose, I guess that subclass or new class with the Vanguard. Yeah, definitely.
Prayers.
Vanguard demoted.
Have a completely different ability kit, like for example Project Red being able to go full Manticore mode. But also the highest rarity operator were just 5 stars. So all current 6 stars were 5 stars, and all 5 stars.
Oh, okay, so they got amped up to 3 stars. So that's why Cruise is a 2-star.
So 4 stars, and so on and on. Bang, for example, was a 2-star, and as we know, 2 stars don't have any skills. Rendering 2 stars rather useless compared to 3, 4, and 5 stars. At this point, you might have also noticed the difference in sprites. Many of the chibis look completely different. To describe it broadly, most of the
man, Silence looks kind of similar though, right?
chibis looked a lot wilder and more like emos before they got reworked. For some, this style made them look a lot better, like for example my favorite in that style, Meteor. This look fits her so much better in my opinion than the new one we have right now.
You know what? I think he's kind of right there, yeah. I think he's kind of right. Ooh. Old Cruise versus new Cruise. She looks very similar. Jacket slightly different. Shape of her head's different as well. I think I prefer the new Cruise, man. I think I prefer the new Cruise. Like, her face is cuter, I think. I think her hair looks better as well. Yeah, I think overall, I think I prefer the new Cruise.
For this like Cruise, I am very grateful for the change.
Yeah.
Fang looked equally good.
Yeah, Fang looks better as well. To be fair though, this Fang's more canonically fitting for me. Because she's almost got that sort of anime, you know, like her knees are going weak kind of stance. And considering Ma Fang is spending a lot of time dead, kind of works really, to be fair, but the new one does look better.
In both versions, Amiya went from I'm an anime girl to I'm a donkey. Ifrit was a bit more of an emo. I like both versions of her.
See, again, this one's a little bit closer. I think I prefer the eyes on the older one here. I suppose they look a little bit more fitting here. I like that the horns are a little bit bigger as well here. This one's hard because it's like some things look better on the older one, but then other things look better on the new one. I think what it is they just look a little. It's like they almost look a little bit more crisp, don't they? And I suppose this is because of the images that have been chosen though as well. I suppose it's because there's less stuff going on, maybe. I don't know. It almost looks like there's more stuff going on as well at the same time. What do you reckon with this one, guys? Girl value Fang death count, right? Yeah, man. New Cruise way better. New Cruise way better. Put the new hair on the old head and it looks decent. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm kind of torn on this one, I am.
So I don't mind either way. Exia had pretty much the same emo face as Ifrit. Hoshi had a horn in a way it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Your Fang dies so often, it should be called Fangtality.
So the new version wins it for me. Deep color glasses were a bit off, or at least it gives me the vibe. Shiroyuki was the only one done super dirty. A complete overhaul for an already amazing looking design.
Oh wow, why? Wow. She genuinely look better, yeah. Genuine look better. Yeah, she looked better before, she did. Face looks better. The legs, the boots with like the straps, that looks better. The whole outfit looks better, yeah. I prefer the new chibi. Yeah, really. With yeah, I'm for the old one as well. I think the let me move my camera out the way so you guys can see it fully. I am definitely. I'm preferring the older one there. Yeah.
Overhaul for an already amazing looking design. I love the old outfit. It's not like I dislike the new one. It's actually the opposite. I love the new one just as much.
Yeah, same. It's a really cool design.
Both versions would be a possibility today. So I know
it'd be cool if they did that with some, like, you know, they did classic skin range, right? With some of these characters that have actually had like their outfits overhauled, that they brought them back for like a celebratory announcement, like, hey guys, you can get access to some of the original skins. Now it could make the full skin or just the outfit. I think that'd be kind of cool. I do.
Hoping.
Yeah, it's more tactical. Yeah, definitely.
They celebrated with releasing the old character design for Shiryuki. And this just as
they definitely agree with that. They both would, yeah.
But Eschine was one of the earliest characters designed. They introduced her in 2017, but when the game released, she was nowhere to be seen. Most likely, like Shiryuki, she got a redesign that turned Eschine into Astasia. But unlike Shiryuki, they came back to the old design and said, well, it wasn't so bad, and reintroduced her to the game 2 years after the game released. At least this is what some tweets and Reddit posts suggest what happened. There is still a possibility they do something similar with her old design and say,
like Shiryuki's old design.
Shiryuki has a sister. The amount of cope needed for this is insanely high, but there is still a chance, right? Sadly, most of the footage was lost in time, and we can't take a look at every operator being in the alpha version of the game.
That's a shame.
There is a picture of some of the old chibis though, and one we haven't discussed is Estelle, one of my earliest E2s on my main account. Her old design was one of the wildest at the time.
Do you know one thing I do like about the older ones though? It's a different aesthetic. Obviously, it's a chibi aesthetic, but it's different, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like this. They're definitely, you know, the legs are, you know, exemplified a little bit more in their shape and stuff, aren't they? You know, it's a little bit more extreme and such. You know, like the hands being a bit bigger and all that sort of stuff. Almost like the arm length shorter in that on a lot of them, isn't he? I really like both though. There, man, I do.
And I'm absolutely in love with it. I do like the new design a lot, but I just love the old design a bit more. While the alpha looked very good already, there were a few things that weren't thought out yet.
Yeah, they've got that sort of like
mentioned, you can get
weak at the knee stance, right?
Character. My research did not help to find me a place where you can sell or feed the pulled characters. Once you pull the character, how do you get rid of them? If I had 13 cruises, would they just sit in my account forever? Or would they have some kind of reusability? I am very curious if there was an operator cap, and what the initial plan was, what the dupes are used for. Unlike we find someone that played the alpha, or an interview from Hypergriff, this most likely will remain a mystery. Either way, the reception of the alpha test was great. I even found the first...
It's unfair to compare like this season drawn higher quality art and not the old in-game chibi art. Yeah, I think a direct comparison. We're more just looking at like, at least me anyway, I'm more trying to think about the style. Hold up, these dogs are out again. Alright. My mom's just come round with my niece, so he's getting mental. Alright, you get back to him. Excuse me, you can never have enough crews. This is true. This is true.
First evidence of a person appreciating the drip of Arknights. During the next 7 months after the alpha test, bugs were fixed and the game became a lot more polished. So much so that Hypergriff felt ready to announce the next test. This would not be another alpha test or a tech test, but actually a beta test already. Unlike many game
Yeah, man, they were
companies,
moving quick,
they were
yeah.
showing how quickly a good game can be produced if the entire team consists of people that want to release a good product and are not just there for
We don't talk about that, dude.
the monthly payment.
We don't talk about
In the
it.
beta, things were already a lot more refined, and it only got much harder to find major differences. Besides the obvious UI
Was that 2,800, was
and
he?
that
I missed
6
that.
stars were still only being 5 stars. Some operators were also a completely different rarity than they are now. One example of that would be Chen. At that time, Chen was just
Man,
a
that'd be
4
nice,
star
right? Yeah.
that the game would give you for free by playing through the story. Something hard to imagine, considering how many people absolutely sim for her and spend hundreds of dollars on her banner. From a business perspective, this was easily one of their better decisions they made to make her a 6 star, since her banner was really profitable. In the beta, we also see a lot more different characters compared to the alpha, and all the chibis have been reworked to what we know today. One of the things that was still different is how the stages looked. While Frost Nova still has the same pathing, how the stage looked was completely different. And if you look at the characters used in the stage, you see Mei and Kelsit.
What's that? I almost didn't recognize that stage then.
They were already in the game, making it a possibility that in the beta there were more characters in the game than when the game first released. Obviously those are only speculations, but it is a real possibility. Chapters also had now parts, meaning there was Chapter 4 Part 1 and Chapter 4
Damn, man, they move fast in between those tests. That's actually kind of insane.
Part 2. Putting the chapters together and be able to move them left to right made things a lot cleaner.
By the way, on the Plat sub, there's a monthly game selection, so I'm going to need some ideas from people. Ooh, let's go, let's go. Yeah, we could do, we could
very
do.
interesting section called Operation Kitor. In there was a stage called X1.
Bro, I've been trying to get into
It
that
will
Art
remain a
Raiders test,
mystery
man.
what kind of stages were planned for this section, but I would not be surprised if it was the hate stages or annihilations. But looking at all the different stage designs, I kind of miss the simple enemy pathing without having to deal with 3 to 4 different mechanics at the same time. Another major difference was the base. If we look at the trading post, you see that back
that's
then,
really different,
it had
yeah.
so many options for it. Especially being able to craft building material.
Man, the UI though, again though, man, so crisp. UI so crisp.
Sped up my base progression immensely at the beginning. Other than that, you can see also some very interesting materials, like bare gold and pure gold. I would guess you would craft bare gold to later craft it into pure gold to get LMD, but since crafting some pure gold costs 8,000 LMD, I am really not sure what its purpose could have been. The other 3 materials were probably intended to craft Orignum. At least this is what I'm assuming, since one of them is still in the game and is the base material for it. The only other noteworthy thing I noticed was that beside the previously mentioned chibi designs like Cruz and Fang still not being changed into the new one, I found one other
for 5
chibi
years.
I really like the design of that I've not noticed before. This is Chitano. She looks so much more glorious with that style. Like, if I would have played Arknights and Chitano had a chibi design like this, I would have probably used her a lot more. I really think it matches her so much better than the updated version. The final Arknights beta was a success as well, with many players being satisfied with their first impression of Arknights. It was now 2019. The release date of Arknights was coming closer. In China, the official release date for the game was on the 1st of May. At that time, no one could tell how well liked the game is gonna be. Until now, Hypogryph had no consistent income of money, and if the game would flop, it would pretty much mean they would go bankrupt with their company. One of the most important...
See, you can understand, like, obviously why they went to Yostar, why it was mobile for so long, literally only getting a PC client now, why it's not available everywhere, why there's a delay between global and CN as well. It's just the course of some of these games, isn't it? And as I say, hopefully now when it comes to Enfield, it's going to be global launch, right? It's going to be on Enfield all at the same time. The money, the resources have come later now. You saw it with like PGR to Wuthering Waves. It's really, I'm really happy to see, the glow up's been good, right?
Important things when releasing a game is the publishing process, including marketing and management of the game. Be it the ads or social media presence, if you can't make the masses excited for its launch, things might get rough. Most of the time, companies hire so-called publisher. They are the key to a successful launch campaign. So it was
Before
quite
Genshin Gacha on PC is unheard of. Yeah, it's
had no publisher.
This is what I say. I made a video before, right, saying that, like, I think in a sense we owe like this. Not that we owe an apology, but like, the video was the entirety of the video. The premise of the video was like talking about how we wouldn't be where we are in this genre now if it wasn't for Genshin, in my opinion. And a lot of people didn't like that because the idea of, like, you know, acknowledging a lot of the positives that Genshin's done for the industry. Although, you know, there's some negatives. You know, the whole style of the way the gacha system now for a lot of games is predominantly because of Genshin, which, you know, can be argued against. But some people are like, nah, man, nah, we'd still be there. We'd still be there now. The other games would just, and I'm like, but would we though? I'm not saying that other games wouldn't have happened and these, but like, Genshin really showed that you can spend a lot of money on a game, really step up production quality, and in terms of like visual fidelity, scale, scope, you know, go bigger basically. And, you know, there was money to be made in it, and not just money, lots of money to be made in it, generational wealth to be, multi-generational wealth to be made in it. And I think that's now why we're getting so many, you know, and look at Enfield. Would Enfield be the scope it is now if it wasn't for Genshin? Would Wuthering Waves be the scope it is? Would we be getting an Anta? Would we be getting NTE? Now, I'm not saying those wouldn't eventually have come, but would we be where we are now if not for it? I'd argue, obviously, hypotheticals because we just don't know, but I'd argue that I don't think we would, man. I think we'll be a couple of years behind. I really do. I genuinely do.
For their server in China. Hypergraph themselves are the publishers.
Give it the likes, it only costs me money. I'm a prick, so it costs me more money.
We have some people who previously
yes,
worked
guys,
for
like the stream, drop a like on the stream, it's appreciated.
Most of the time, you would want an entire company dedicated to this, and not just a few dudes.
I appreciate Genshin existing. I just hate everyone. Yeah, that's fair, and that's exactly fair, isn't it? Right? You know, that's. I think people were trying to. In that video, they were trying to make out that I was like gassing Genshin up for what like it is now and saying that you should like Genshin. I was like, I'm not. You can dislike the game, but you've got to reflect on the like where we are now. You know, it was a big player on it. It was a big player in the space.
This would only add more pressure to them for their launch. Everything Hypergraph worked on in the past 2 years will come down to this moment. Would it pay off, or is it time to let the company go bankrupt? The fateful day was here, the 1st of May 2019. The servers in mainland China went live. And in a matter of just a few days, Hypergraph didn't just see that the game was doing well, but that they truly struck gold. The Chinese market loved it, and it quickly gained popularity.
15 days online. Wow. Okay. They hit the ground running, yeah. That's crazy.
So much so that releasing it internationally was not just a consideration anymore, but a must. But Hypergraph knew they neither had the capacity or the manpower to launch a game in Japan, Korea and the rest of the world without running into major problems. This is where they had to make one of the most important decisions for the future of their game. Who will be responsible for publishing the game in all 3 regions? Which publisher will not let them down and will make the game successful globally as well? Luckily, Lowlight already made connections with a publisher he personally trusts.
We learned about this in the last video, right?
This in fact was Yostar. Not only would they be responsible for the JP Korea.
I know a lot of people have got their own issues with Yostar, but again, you know, we might not. Well, I think we'd eventually gotten, you know, had a global version, but like, I don't know, publishers sometimes can be, they can treat developers badly as well. I'm not accusing Yostar of this, but you know, glad that he'd made those connections and they're able to come in and make it happen globally for everybody to enjoy it all around the world.
Via launch, but also for the global launch as well. A big task, but Hypergraph had trust that they will do an outstanding job at that. While the CN server was flourishing and exceeding all expectations,
unfortunately,
preparations for the global launch was going at full speed. To guarantee success, everything needed to be perfect. From ads to social media presence, Yostar made sure to hype up its launch as best they possibly can. Naturally, a CBT, aka closed beta, was needed. They scheduled it at the end of December, and many famous content creators were making content about Arknights, one of which was FG3000. the king of gacha first impressions, making even more people aware about Arknights and helping Yostar to have an even higher chance to have a successful launch in mid-January 2020. During that time, I was in Japan, and I can tell you, dodging Arknight ads was pretty much impossible.
Bro, we watched a video the other day, yeah, on the OG Arknights ads. Oh my god, they were fucking terrible. They were so fucking bad, chat. The typical, like, terrible mobile ads that, like, literally make you cringe for everybody involved. Absolutely insane. The sort of ads where you'd look at it and go, yeah, I'm actively going to avoid that game now. So wild that they went down that path. Like, because it was basically the MO of the typical mobile game where it's like, they show you what the game is, and then you just, that game never existed, which they just didn't need to do that, did they? So it was such a weird way to, they obviously were working with the same companies that were making ads for a lot of other games. It was just like, insane. I'm not gonna lie, like say, if I'd have saw these ads back in the day, I'd be like, I ain't playing that shit. What the fuck?
The launch was set on the 16th of January in 2020, and this for all servers. Naturally, the exact times would differ, since you don't want to launch a game at 4 AM in the morning for the Americans. So the Japan server and Korea server are...
Yostar's marketing contracts with whoever was doing that was definitely not one to repeat, I'd say.
just a few hours ahead. I probably won't need to tell you when Arknights
Funnily enough, you got into Arknights because of Watch
Korea,
Mojo, really?
from
No way.
the very beginning.
It's effectively
exceeded all
anti-advertisement.
expectations once more, with people praising the art and design of its characters everywhere. But globally, it was a bit more unique
As they
in
should.
that regard. Many gacha offer a Southeast Asian server or a European server, but since this would not really be necessary, since there is no PvP or any real-life time interaction, this would not be a necessity. While it could reduce the loading time for many players from that region, the decision was made to just have one global server for everyone. If this was a good decision, would only show after the global launch. As for the global community, many of its most well-known content creators, even to this day, would already be releasing content about the game before its initial launch. For example, Kyostin V, Tactone, and Dreamy were pumping out guides and infos about Arknights, so you would be able to start with all the necessary knowledge to have the most efficient start. The launch was here, and not even a day later, Twitter and many other social media websites were clustered with Arknights content if we were just following any gacha related topics. All around the world, people were in love with the new tower defense game. Be it European or Asians, none of them seemed to be really bothered by not having their own dedicated server, and loading times and lag were not much of an issue either. Arknights was able to just not shine in its simple but difficult gameplay, but also the character design, voice acting, and marketing got people interest into the game. Arknights also had a bit of a meme nature, like for example Kokarayo or Amiya the Donkey. People loved its lighthearted design. Unlike many other games, you can feel how much the developer enjoyed working on the game. Only a few days later, one of the previous men...
And that's fair to say, that's one thing that for me, same with Wuthering Waves as well, you know? PGR gives me that vibe as well. There's plenty of other games also that, like, it feels like a passion project, you know? It feels like one. It doesn't just feel like a game that was pumped out. It feels like the people who made it, like, genuinely wanted to create something. And obviously, I think even more so when you look at something like Arknights, not just the game itself, the lore, the world, the music, the events, the concerts, you know, the ever-expanding orbit that surrounds the game itself is, I think, is testament to that, isn't it, really? Yo, what's up, Plus? How's it going?
Also become the face of Arknights. This was Tactone. Many loved him. He was unique, funny, and a bit loud. This content was not for everyone, and some ended up really disliking him at the time, but most would generally enjoy his content a lot. Another creator would become known as the Savior. This was Daddy Kyostin. No one helped more people than him.
Shout out to Kyostin.
Since Arknights was so new.
Big shout out to Kyostin for letting us mirror his stream the other day. We both got to keep together as well.
And for many it was their first tower defense game. Players were struggling. Players that quit the game early on were most likely stuck on a stage or just didn't know how to progress any further.
Been there,
While it's
been there.
all speculation, I could imagine without Papa Kyostin, a shit ton of people would have quit Arknights long ago. After the launch, all 4 servers
Still
were
going
going
free.
smoothly without
Still going
any
free,
major
chat.
setbacks. While there was never really any drama, the only thing people were unhappy about the game was mostly due to the different treatments of different servers, be it about the KFC skins or the different maintenance rewards. The one thing that seemed to upset its player the most is the inequality between servers. This is something that gets brought up even to this day. Another main subject of any Arknights discussions is that the CN server launched 8 months before all the other servers. It was also that far ahead regarding story, characters or anything else game related. The opinion about this was and still is very split in the community. While many free-to-play players absolutely love it, since they can already decide for which character they want to pull on, and
We watched a video about this the other day, didn't we? About the, like, you know, the pros and cons of having like clairvoyance. You know, the Arknights is not the only game that has it, where, you know, a particular server, typically usually CN, will be a little bit further ahead. Obviously, you've got the negatives of seeing stuff before it comes, so you're having to wait a while. Loss of hype for some people, and then there's the positives of being able to plan for your pulls, being able to plan for events, knowing what's coming up, and then for some people that excitement as well, and getting to see how good the content is beforehand. Now, obviously, I'm the type of person that I want everything to be coming at the same time so we can just get access to it when it comes out. But there is definitely benefits to it. But, you know, I think once you've been going for so long as well, trying to do those mergers can bring up problems as well. We spoke about it with PGR as well, didn't we?
which they want to skip very early on. A significant part of the community argued that they would love to be at the same pace and the same place as the CN server. Most advocating for this are annoyed by the CN spoilers, and when something gets released on the CN server, they
Fuck
would have to wait
hindsight.
for an entire 8 months until they get the chance to experience it. Both sides have a very good point, but in the end, time difference will always be there, and there's nothing we can do about it. Other than that though, all 4 servers were going smoothly, and half a year passed when Nien, the first limited operator, got announced on the EN server. With that, we would also see the first EN livestream. I never watched an EN livestream since I was always a fan of the GP one, but looking back at this,
Damn, man, look how far they've come with the streams and stuff as well. You know, I know this is an EN live stream. Like, this is this an EN or is this a JP one? This one, or is this just a CN? But damn, they've come far, haven't they? Just look at the butter on the lens of this camera, bro. It look like somebody smeared butter over the lens.
the quality of it was really bad, considering Yostar was already quite a big company back then.
Hi guys, so here I am again. Yep, we're going to do it without the mask today, so I'm not Doggy anymore. But wait, where's my partner?
Sorry, I'm late.
Okay,
Wait,
but
you're not Crystal.
why are you wearing my mask? Okay, so yeah, today it should be Crystal.
Oh, my balls just went up inside my body, man. Oh my god. The audio desync, the terrible green screen, the crappy camera, the cringe. Oh my god. Yeah, you got everyone's got to start somewhere though, right? Even though, like you said, they had the resources. Still funny though.
And Inton here.
Even though Nien was the first limited operator, the community took it well and really enjoyed the entire event. From the Nien banner,
You check out the newer EN streams. I need to be fair. I haven't seen any of the EN streams,
You might
actually.
have heard of the Hankers. Yes, this is where it all started. But things were going smoothly for quite a while. Almost too smoothly. Global would soon experience the biggest setback in its entire lifetime.
Okay.
This was the even more successful launch of another gacha game, known as
Oh.
Genshin Impact. Twitch would experience...
That was a perfect what's it then in the landscape with the shadow coming over, the shadow of Huyo. Yeah, I was going to say it probably did steal a lot of EN players from a lot of games, didn't it, really? Because it crushed EN, right? Like, obviously, games are used to doing well, CN side, right? But Genshin absolutely, like, globally, just took things to a whole new level, didn't he?
Record low view numbers, and most of Arknights' iconic content creators would then and there decide to quit the game forever. The most significant one was the once well-liked Tectone. Tectone did not leave the community quietly, but made a video when he left, labeling the Arknights community as toxic and a horrible place to be in.
So, in case you don't know, dude, the Arknights community sucks. Okay? Really sucks. And it's not like a normal level of suck. I'm like saying like, ugh.
Obviously, this didn't go well with the Arknights community, since we were especially proud of how welcoming and awesome our community is.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you know, obviously, bias, obviously, I'm glazing you guys again. But yeah, my experience has been chill, man, you know? It's been really chill. 99.9% of people have been incredibly welcoming, have you know, been really good ambassadors for the game, have wanted to help, but at the same time, you guys know I'm a little bit stubborn. Like, I've still not E2'd any characters, and have been easy enough when I'm like, I don't want backseating. People are like, yeah, man, chill, whatever you want. We're here to just enjoy the content, enjoy the game. Yeah, man, it's anecdotal, of course, and I'm not like trying to act like there's no bad actors in the space, because that would be ridiculous. But yeah, to be saying that though, I've been lucky throughout the entire space, man. I had a really good experience with the Genshin space. I had a really good experience with the Star Rail space. I had, for the most part, a really good experience with Wuthering Waves as well. Now, I'm a much smaller content creator, so obviously the toxicity itself is probably going to be less than. Yeah, man. Honestly, it's been really good on my end, you know. And again, that's a personal point of view. I can't state the same for everybody. Like, but yeah, man. Got chuck the glazing in there, chat. Got chuck the glazing. Like the stream. Like the stream.
Besides Arknights' official Discord server, we don't talk about that. This entire period, with all the content creator leaving, would become known as the Dark Age. Around October, the Arknights community was tired of Arknights content, while the game itself was still super fun to play. Outside of the game, there was not a lot of content creators still sticking to the game.
I'm not going to lie, man. That kind of feels like where the Wither space is at the minute. Now, I'm not saying that people are bouncing out the game, because they're not. Like, I feel like there's more people coming into the game. But kind of like, I feel like we're going through that period in Wuthering Waves at the minute, man. Like, the Dark Ages for me, it's just it just feels like it's a toxic space at the moment. In general, whichever way you're going, with the toxic positivity or just the constant nitpicking with everything that's not Wither as well. And I love Wuthering Waves, and for the most part, I love the community as well. But like, yeah, I think every game goes through this, you know, especially when it's been around for a while. You have the peaks and the troughs, don't you, on the game side of things and on the community side of things as well. Like, I think, you know, it happens, and it, especially with the gacha space as well, when you have like a bit of content slowing down and everybody's bored, and next thing you know, everybody's at each other's throat.
Those who did would later become known as the second generation of Arknights content creator. Creators like Cookie Kase, Frostbite, or even me would see numbers they have previously not seen before. Loyalty paid off for us and played a major role in our content creation career. Also, not all big content creators left forever. Some big ones stayed with us as well. Yostar, Ekochen, Takdes, Dreamy Oyuki,
PGR and movie communities like Day and Night.
With the leave of Tectone, viewer did drop massively at first, but eventually recovered, and the community started to feel a lot more familiar and calm as well. At least this is my personal experience with it. Every time someone introduced themselves as a new player in my Twitch chat, they were eager to give them advice and to help them whenever it was needed. This Dark Age might be known under a not so nice sounding name, but it is what the community today was shaped by.
Is he going through a renaissance chat at the moment? Is he? I don't know.
First, Yostar only cared about the management of Arknights and promotional videos and songs, but was under some heavy fire for not making enough for the community. Be it community events, or just free advertised on YouTube, or content creators with fan art, cosplays, memes. people wanted to get more help from Yostar, but didn't receive any at first. The only thing we did have was a video contest for YouTuber. Well, yes, this was a global exclusive thing. It was just a popularity contest, and you had no chances of winning.
Bro, that hoodie he's wearing sick, man. Where'd you get that from, bro? If you ever watch this video, where'd you get that from?
If you were not an established content creator for the game. Very cool that it at least existed, even though it could have been much better. Artists, cosplayers and memer rarely got the chance to show off their skill in a contest, and some really wanted Ghost to do more in that regard. Especially because Lowlight was doing an outstanding job for the CN server, going as far as specifically mentioning how much he values it, and even showing
With Lowlight, yeah. Has he ever, like, not that it matters, like, has he ever, I guess, crossed the, I know he's the guy for the game in general, but I know he, like, deals with a lot of the CN side of stuff, especially with, like, all the streams and stuff. Has he ever crossed the gap? Like, you know, does he reach out to the EN side of things, you know, ever to speak to the community? Just out of curiosity, I was wondering. When shit servers leave things get calmer, say it ain't so. And that's because PGR has its own community, but Weaver is a bunch of Genshin refugees. Yeah, do you know what I think? Like, for me, I think that is what a big part of, like, I guess, kind of the attitude in the Weaver space. Now, I know a lot of Weaver creators don't like this sort of comment, and they'll use a bunch of logic to argue it. And they might be right. I'm not even saying I'm right, you know. But I think it's like, in the Weaver space, I feel like it's like that, like, the refugee sentiment. There's, like, a lot of jilted lovers. So they've come away from that game now, but they still kind of seethe about it. So that they love to orbit this kind of content that shits on it. And then that kind of evolves into just shitting on everything as well, because it kind of feels good. But you know what? Hey, I ain't hating the player. I ain't hating the player kind of thing, you know what I mean? But, like, and I don't mind dabbling now and again. But for me, when I start playing a game, man, I'm just not that interested anymore. Unless it affects me or my game, I just don't really care, man. I don't really care. Hey, let's go, Cheese. 132 watching, 59 likes. Let's get likes. Let's get some more likes on the stream, guys. Rookie numbers. Rookie numbers. If we hit 60, 30 more and I'll spend more money. You don't have to do that, dude. I appreciate the sentiment, though. But he's right, though, guys. Like the stream if you haven't liked the stream already. Let me just see what chat's saying as well. Just the last 2 temples I can spare for this banner. Got a copy of Texas Ultra on the first, Nymph, and a copy of Vulpes on the second. Nice. No laptop, though. It's well they leave Genshin and let it live in their head rent free. Yeah, I definitely do think there is some people like that. Year one, there were a lot of streamers got that treatment. Small streamers. What's that? Yeah, Demons LZ, where time when chatters were insane and annoying at backseating. What are we talking about there? Not gonna lie, the IK community was insane back then because it was somewhat huge. I think that is a factor. Like, you know, obviously, I can't say, and again, I don't want to gas the community up because it's naive to pretend that every community doesn't have its bad elements, right? Because it's humans. Humans do what humans do, right? And as communities get bigger, of course, those elements get bigger as well, don't they? So yeah, you know, I can only go off my experience. Hey, I've been lucky in the gacha space as a whole. I know what the gacha space can be like, but I've just been lucky enough that even when I think I'm giving out an opinion that gets a lot of dissenting views, most people are kind of chill with it. Now and again, I get it, but most people are pretty chill with, like, I just disagree, bro, you're wrong. Drop a dislike, move on kind of thing. And I'm like, cool, man, that's fine by me, you know what I mean?
Showing it off in CN live streams. Lowlight himself did not just become an icon for the Chinese player base, but also for the Yen one as well. Everyone loved this down-to-earth personality and his funny appearance. The one thing that Lowlight did that the community loved a lot was his amazing crossdress of Adriana. Most were in disbelief that this was actually him.
It's actually insane, isn't it, that? Like, if you showed most people that, they'd think it was a chick, right? Honestly, they would, yeah. Insane. Insane.
Cosplaying her. Lowlight was a meme god. From
You got another Lapland in a free pool. Holy shit.
He was playing a major role for the game's future, even after the game's launch.
Definitely not.
He was also still drawing characters. One even
Would
became
either way.
a fan favorite to this day. May I introduce you W? People loved her with the amazing rap she came with. Truly setting an example of how you can make
Sometimes it takes to be a true man is to become the best girl.
All the more fitting it was that she was the first anniversary limited operator. Really came along with her, and people loved her just as much at that time. Sadly, I wasn't able to find the Ian livestream for it.
Man,
so
we're going in
will
deep
be
with this
looking at
video,
the
I love
GP
it.
one. Here we got to see quite a difference in quality for the livestream. From VTuber Amiya, to cosplays, to many cool PVs. I still
Quality's definitely
remember
better.
watching it,
Holy
and
shit.
when they brought out Thermal X Robot, I was just stunned. Shit's amazing. Anyway, people were excited for it, and the GP livestream was super well received. With that, Arknights went to its second year, and the community has recovered a lot from the Dark Age. The second year was really strong, with its released waifus. Rosa, Suzerain, Gladia, Pallas, Carnelian, Calcite,
Me too, Renegade, me too, definitely.
Blemisher, Madrock Dusk, and my personal favorite of the year, Skadi, the Corruption of Heart. It was clear they were still pumping out a lot of incredible characters. It's obviously a personal preference.
Again, when it comes to splash arts, particularly, not just characters, because like for me, there's other games that do it, but like splash art, I think Wuthering Waves and Arknights do some of the best. And I'm specifically talking about splash art there, not so much characters in actual character design and in-game characters and that, even though they're up there for me as well. As I say, Star Rail, Wua, Zenley Zero and Arknights in regards to character design, but regards to splash art, Wuthering Waves and Arknights kill it, man.
Which year you like more waifu-wise? Since year 1 also had many great waifus, like for example Skadi, Schwartz, Ostomer, Blaze, Nien, Bagpipe, W, Chen and Weedy. Characters were still their biggest strength in my opinion, and with the release of Chapter 7 and 8, people certainly had some amazing content to play that year.
Wuthering Waves kills it in 3D arts, Arknights kills it in the grittier style of splash arts. I think Wua does it really good in both. I think the thing is, what for me, Wuthering Waves is like, this is one thing where, for me, like, well, I'll make a direct comparison. Is like, when I look at artwork in Genshin, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. And then the character comes in, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. But like, the artwork in Wuthering Waves, even though it looks really good, it's like undersold, because then you get the character in game, it's like, holy shit, the character looks really, really good now. And that's one thing I've got to give props to Wua for that, because like in-game models, they're top tier.
Year. Chapter 7 though was 1,000 times better than Chapter 8, at least in my opinion. This year we also saw in early February the event Keobis Fungemist, which was pretty much IS1, a roguelike event. People loved it so much that they requested this mode to be a permanent one. We would also get to see the first collab on the EN server. This will be the Originum Dust event, where Arknights collabed with
Yo,
Rainbow
I need to get
Six
round to it,
Siege,
cheese. I'm down.
giving us
I'm so
Lord
down,
Ash
bro.
and
I'm
Frost
so
with
down.
it. Also,
And
another
Oblivion.
mode would be added for the first time. This was the co-op mode. Here we would get to see the big issue with only having one global server.
I might play it Sunday,
if you
actually.
were from Africa
I might
or
play it Sunday
Asia or
evening.
even Europe, you had to deal with insanely high ping.
I've got
when
stuff to
playing
do
a
on
co-op
Saturday,
event,
but I think I
making
might play it
it
Sunday,
very
actually.
difficult to enjoy it for many of its players across the globe. Regardless, those who were able to play it enjoyed it a lot, but since many couldn't really play it, the request of adding it as a permanent mode was a lot less than as for the IS event. The year flew by in no time.
I am
and
gutted
we
that
have
I missed the
arrived at
Rainbow
second
Six stuff.
anniversary. This anniversary
I
came
am
not
sad about
without
that.
its own drama, since we saw the introduction of Surtur this year, the first character being Power Creep.
Not gonna lie, like, I didn't even know about it until obviously I started playing the game, and I was like, holy shit! As somebody who is a fan of the game, Siege, that is, it's one that I'm sad I missed that one, because yeah, you know, it's pretty cool that is as a collab, and it's such a one that for me personally, I'm like, damn. At the time, I would have been surprised by that.
Community had feared that
Have
they
to
would
pray for a
eventually add a
rerun.
Power Creep character as a limited one.
Oh, I'm trash
And
at Siege
this
now, dude.
year
If I go on
it
Siege
came
now,
true with
the meta's
Chalter.
changed so much.
Not
I get
only
bodied.
would she then become the strongest character in Arknights, she would also be limited, which many players were upset with. If you would not manage to get her, you will be at a disadvantage for over a year, and even then, you would need to do 300 pulls on the banner in a year from then, and only then you would get her guaranteed. Pretty much every server wasn't happy about it. But as you can imagine, there's a lot more to the drama, but I can only go so much into detail in a video that long. In the end, Chen kept her insane power, and eventually the drama died down, and it meant back to business. Since its launch 2 years ago, Arknight and its community have changed a lot. People that played Arknights were mostly already playing it for longer, and new players started to become lesser and lesser. One problem is that
Hey!
Arknights is just a visually
keeping the
appealing
torch,
game.
keeping the
And
torch
since
lit,
stages
guys.
became
Keeping
much
it lit.
harder and more complicated, watching a veteran player beat a hard stage was only appealing for someone already knowing what is happening on screen. As example, you can watch a dude beat Dark Souls and enjoy without having any knowledge about the game. But it isn't the same for Arknights. Content Creator had
That's
a very hard
fair.
time attracting an audience that was not playing the game. It was all up to Yostar to fill this gap. And this is also where Yostar would redeem themselves a lot. Yostar did in fact not have the best reputation among the community due to the scuffed any streams and the bad YouTube ads in the recent year. Yostar has learned a lot from the past mistakes they made and made significant improvements on how they were handling Arknights. First, they introduced the heat hunting program. If you were a content creator with a set number of followers, you would be able to apply for it and get merch and rewards for uploading content for the game. Second, the ads were also known to be very bad, and everyone said they should just add PVs and music in their ads.
Oh,
They eventually
I still can't get over that they had these ads. Insane. Oh, geez. Insane. It's actually insane that a game that, like, obviously, when I first saw it, I was like, what is this? But after playing it, to see the quality in this game and to see that it got sold so fucking short by these disgusting ads is absolutely insane.
started doing this. And when you get an Arknights ad now, most of the time you get greeted by either insane music or awesome animation. Two major improvements to start off the year. Waifu-wise, the third year was just as strong. Sailage, Fartooth, Nerl, the Radiant Knight, Flametail, Ling, Golden Glow, Fiametta, Horn, Irene, and Spectre the Unchained were again very strong. This would also become the year where
Bro, rocking
IS
the
would
cosplay,
finally
I like it.
become a permanent mode as IS2, and people absolutely loved it. Arknights was dire of endgame content for people that have been playing the game for over 3 years.
Yeah, chat, I think we have to do a Doctor cosplay. I think we have to do one. I might have a look in a minute. See if I can get
So
one.
this was truly a blessing to have this being added to the game. The third year itself would become a rather quiet year though. Not really any drama to cover, nor any significant events that added modes we have not seen before.
I love the look at
At
these
least not any modes
stages.
the community
They
wanted
look so
desperately as a
cool.
perma mode.
I
only
like the
thing
bright
I
stages. I
personally
do.
want to talk about is the Vigalo event. It was rather early in the year, around February. It was a small event with only 7 stages, but for me, it felt like the best event so far. Maybe only stage-wise, but it felt like the person that created those stages had a lot of fun doing it. The stages were rather simple, but they were hard. Multiple bosses were randomly mixed into the stages, with
Okay.
always having the feeling that the person that made it just enjoyed his time. And that's why for me, at least stage-wise, this was truly the coolest event I've seen so far in the game. Anyway, time flies.
Obviously, I haven't done this content in the game, but that's one of my biggest positives about Arknights. It's the stage variety, the actual stage design, the mechanics. It's actually impressive. And I'm only like chapter 5 and done some event stuff, you know? I haven't gone that far into the game yet. So the fact that they're still continuing to do that stuff 6 years later and almost 6 years later for EN it's kind of crazy really for just a tower defense game as well.
Flies by quickly once again, and we have now arrived at the 3rd anniversary. Since I just talked about my favorite event, at least stage-wise, let's talk about my favorite event based on the theme and the marketing. The 3rd
Okay.
anniversary event was outstanding. From 2 of the best characters they have ever designed, which are Gable Ultra and Pussy Mark.
Dabble on IS today,
The
not
featuring
today, but
was
soon.
also super cool,
Very, very soon.
With 2 amazing banger songs along with it. Undertopia for Pussy
This is a tune. This is a tune.
and all
Speaking of Dr. Cosplay, I sent a short clip of our watch-along stream and reaction. Oh, really? I thought that then, Renegade. Man, dude, this game and its music is so fucking peak. Insane. Like, it's ridiculous the amount of quality tunes this game has. It's wild.
Absolute banger.
I just want to go back and listen to music again.
With this theme was an absolute blessing. I even made a content creator event at the time, inviting all the content creators I knew to give back to the community I was so indebted by. Also, the Yen livestream have now VTuber models, and the quality has improved a ton. Yostar really tries to keep the redemption arc going. Anyway, it's time for the 4th and final year.
Man, I need to go to Japan, man. I'd love to
took
go
a
to Japan
longer break
and
from
China.
content creation, and I didn't witness everything that happened in this year. But the one thing I can call the biggest success of it was certainly the Yato Ultra event. Because this was actually a crossover with Monster Hunter, a long-awaited collab, and people were loving it. Even though I was not playing it at the time. Twitter Arknights reached its peak. I absolutely loved that every Arknights character was made fan art of in the Yato Ultra outfit, and this is really the one thing that got me back into the game as well. It was so fun seeing all the characters again with the passion of its community. This year would also get to see a new version of IS. This is IS 3.
Destiny dead in a ditch somewhere for real, yeah.
I've been playing it a lot recently, and I freaking love it.
Have they ever made any announcement, a further announcement about that it's not happening, or we'll come back to you on it kind of thing? Is it just radio silence, like? Because it's kind of crazy that he's really.
It is so well done. IS2 was very cool, but the theme wasn't really to my liking.
No,
but
she's dead.
IS3 really brings out the best of the roguelike mode. And waifu-wise, the year was also really...
So what does that mean, that it's not happening, or they're just, you'd think, well, I don't know, you'd think maybe just like some passing mention somewhere in a, you know, in a corporate notice on the website or something, like, because like, you know, because it hasn't been announced, it's like, well, it still could happen, but it's like, it's probably not, right? You know, it's probably not, especially considering, you know, where Bungie are at now. Bungie are moving on to Marathon, and it looks like that's going to fucking be dead in a ditch itself. If you're talking about dead in a ditch, I said that the other day. Bungie sent Marathon out to die, man, and it looks like Arc Raiders has come along and put a bullet in the back of its head, stuck him round back and fucking shot him.
Strong. Penance, Texas Alter, Reed Alter, Lin, Quebe, also sorry for mispronouncing that so bad, Yato Alter, Ines, Ho, Mol Size, and Alter Silence. A strong lineup for sure. This year we also saw a new mode, which was a farming mode that many people really enjoyed, some even asking it to be a permanent mode in the game. But
That's
to summarize this year briefly, it was an amazing year.
Super interesting.
People really enjoyed all the events that were out, the characters that were released, and all the modes that got introduced. And now we are already celebrating its 4th anniversary. And with that, we have arrived at the present. I really appreciate that you watched the entire journey of Arknights, and I wish you have an amazing anniversary with it. But with that said, thank you so much for watching the video to the end, and also big thanks for all the support in previous years. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe, and maybe even share it around if you thought it was actually good. But with that said, thank you so much for watching, and today I want to end the video a little bit differently and say, happy birthday, Arknights.
That was a really good video, actually. That was a really good video. Well researched. That must have took some time to make that video. Well edited.
Yeah, how long it takes?
Got all the clips together. Got all the footage together. Dude spent a bit of time on this video. I'm a year behind on this one, but if dude ever sees this, says it, if you ever see this, that's what YouTube's about, man. That's some quality H2O right there. I really appreciated that video. As somebody who's new to the game, you know, getting a little overview of the journey is really cool. So yeah, share it. See, this is what I hate to keep going back to Wuthering Waves, but I come from the Wuthering Waves space, right? This is what we was lacking, man. You've got Sydney Mar, right? And Ryuku's doing some really good stuff recently, especially the interview he did with the VA. But yeah, it's lacking this, man. It's lacking this. Arknights seems to have quite a lot of this sort of content, these sort of content is where there's passion for the game and making content around the game, you know? Renegade making great content, plus minus making great content, a bunch of other people making great content, Keo, Cookie, all this sort of stuff where it's about the game as well. And going a little bit beyond as well, you know, not just putting up gameplay footage of, oh, look what I cleared and stage clears and new patch notes and stuff. Actual proper content surrounding the game, and it's really good to see. And it's one thing that Wuthering Waves, in my opinion, is crying out for. But anyway, back to Arknights. Great video. Loved it. And yeah, as somebody who's new to the game, I'm excited for the future, even though, you know, there's been 6 years on CN side and 5.5, I guess, on EN side. And gotta throw it in there. Can't wait for Enfield as well, chat. Can't wait. I am so hyped for Enfield. But this was a really good video. If you haven't checked out Sethith, guys, go check him out. Go drop a sub and show some love, because this was a banger. A banger video, if you ask me. Absolutely good one. Loved it. Very good, chat. Very good. Oh, should we try updating this, chat? Should we see what happens? Oh, I think it's updating, chat. Is he going to update? Is he going to update, chat? Is it going to work? I wonder if it'll work, chat. Should we do it live? Let's do it live. We're not playing him. I just want to see if it updates. Nah, it's fucking shit. That's why. Some peeps seem to really hate RA, but once you get the basics down, the mode ain't hard. It just takes longer than IS run. What the fuck? Yo, guys, by the way, I've got a day left to claim my rewards. But, you know, they obviously are like, yeah, you're not getting these, bro. You're not getting these. Right, dude, I lost my 50-50, man. 3 times on the bounce now. There's no guarantee, apparently. It just keeps happening. I just keep losing. Chat. Skill issue, right? Oh, man. Translator's got a new module in the CN that allows it to stun 3 enemies over entire skill 3 duration, no longer the worst 6-star. Oh, really? Then I think about it, I haven't really watched any drama content in Arknights, and it's all about the game. And again, I'm not against critical type content, and even stuff that borderlines into drama sometimes. It's just when that's all the content, right? You know? It gets a little bit like, oh, got another one, you know? BB living on borrowed time for real. And I'm the type of person as well. I don't mind the roasting that happens in between content creators sometimes. I've done it myself. Tectone roasted me. Kind of roasted him back a little bit. I've roasted Saint Ontas a little bit. You know, I don't mind being critical of the content creators and then being totally critical of me. They can say what they like. It's just when it becomes the majority, right? It's just like, you know, can we move on now? 50-50 look on updates is shit, right? New gacha system, guys. You got a 70-30 system in the game for characters. Guarantee on your weapons. But getting into the game, it's a new business model. Don't know if it's going to really take off, if I'm honest. Don't know if it's really going to take off, chat. Don't think it's going to be that successful, to be fair. The most recent drama about Arknights, I heard is Enfield, but that counts as Arknights drama since it's technically a different game. Is that the one when everybody lost their shit about the banner system, yeah? Didn't really think about it, and it was just like, right, worst system ever. Hey, Google Play Games PC, the only game that runs well on there is Clash of Clans. Yeah, to be fair, I've only really used it for Arknights and Black Beacon. I haven't really used it for anything else. I've had it for ages, but I haven't really used it for anything else. And yeah, my experience with Arknights wasn't the best. It got worse ever since I installed LD Player, and it's been better since I switched over those settings back. But yeah, it's still, since day one, you guys saw it when I was playing, right? Audio glitchy, stuttering. It's not great. It's not great. Oh, I don't know about that one. Enfield drama around Tectone. To be fair, Tectone was, when it came to the banner system, Tectone was one of the people, I don't know if you're talking about other content, but like, he was actually really fair about the gacha system from what I saw anyway. Because like, there was me, Tectone, and man, I can't even think of anybody else, if I'm honest, who was actually like balanced about it. Because I feel like I was really fair about the gacha system in Enfield. You know, I was like, I get what people's frustrations were and I get why they were worried, but I was like, you know, if dupes don't matter. Oh, yeah, is that what you're on about? Okay, BS. No, I think he shared his account, didn't he, or some shit like that. Wasn't that what he did? Or oh, you might be right, BS. Yeah, okay, yeah, I know what you're on about now. Yeah, but like he was really fair about the gacha system, you know? Like pretty much everybody else was shitting on him. I think he got banned for sharing his account, yeah. Something like that. I don't know if I'm honest. I don't know. Is that what happened then? He just was he using somebody else's account? Is that what he was? Yeah, okay. Yeah, because that's when I made my video before. And I made a video that I disagreed with him in regards to the exploration in Enfield. And he took offense to it. And I think the main reason he took offense to it, though, is I think he thought I was an Arknights player, but he didn't know that I never played Arknights before. So, you know, because when I seen the clip, it was like he knows that people are going to get mad about it, are going to get like, going to just, oh, Voldemort, and they're going to go at me over it. And I was like, bro, I don't know your law, man. I'm sorry, I don't know your law. You know? Like I know Tectone. Well, I don't know Tectone like that, but you know what I mean? Yeah, he really didn't like that video. I say he didn't like the video. He seen a bit of the follow-up video, which he was laughing about, and he was like, it's kind of funny, actually. Yo, Reldon, what's going on, dude? Is that what it was, Leo? Yeah, I think that's what it was, bloody, yeah. I think he said something about that. That it was to bait people. I remember seeing something like that as well, yeah. So yeah, I don't know, anyway. Not that I'm bothered. Like I said, even my follow-up video that I made back to Tectone, I was just taking the piss. I've walked into a weird blast from the past. Yeah, I think it was really fair on Enfield, I do. I disagreed with what his viewpoint on the exploration, but I think it was totally fair. I just disagreed. You know what I mean? But I don't think he was wrong. And I think a lot of people would probably agree just because the lack of mobility, you know. But like for me, I liked it because it made exploration of puzzles, traps, you know, mechanics in terms of switching stuff off and stuff a little bit more consequential rather than being able to just run up the wall and flip over stuff or like glide into something kind of thing. He did. I don't think he did like a follow. He was just reacted to it on stream. Like, I only seen a clip of it. 3 hours and we haven't played Arknights. Yeah, it's fucking man. Lucky Kid, he was right. Yeah, I think he's right. I'm a piece of shit grifter. Yeah, you know what though? I've enjoyed this stream today. That was a blast as well. That video was. I really enjoyed that video. I did. Yeah. As I said this before. You know, when it comes to drama and other content creators, there's nobody in this space who I've got a problem with in terms of I've got a disdain for, a dislike for, because life's too short, man, and there's too much real stuff going on in the world. Now, there's content creators out there that, like, obviously we've seen fuck up, make mistakes, and then there's some content creators who've gone the step further and done criminal acts, which is like, okay, that's deplorable and stuff, you know. We don't need to get into that sort of stuff. Yeah, when it comes down to, like, just online stuff, whether it's about a game or somebody doesn't like a take you made, or somebody just doesn't like the way you, I don't know, the way you make your content. So, okay, cool. I don't really get frustrated by any of the, you know. I'm old enough and ugly enough, and I've got thick enough skin that, like, it doesn't really affect me at all. I just like making content, and I enjoy playing video games and talking about video games and chatting with people on the internet. I do. Yeah, like it's like I even said to him, I was like, I don't know the law, because like I said, I think that's what he thought when he first in the video, is that I was an Arknights creator, and I understood that what I was saying was just a rage bait video. But I was like, and if you watch the video, and like even his own community was saying, like, you don't even mention him in the video. Really, it's not like an opposition to his point of view. Really, it was just the framing for the point of the video in why I thought Enfield had good what's it, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Should we play some of the game, man? Shit, guys, it's 4 o'clock, boys. Big skin, rise up. Pix is a fake AK player, confirmed, right? Fucking grifter. Fucking grifter. That's what he is. So he's a grifter. It's all that YouTube money he's making off getting like 700 views on a video. Bro, I don't really like that game. Like, fuck me, man. You know? What a douchebag. Can't he just get good and use all the stuff that the game's giving him? Fucking piece of shit. Nah, pick skin. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, hopefully. It's, at the end of the day, the way I see it, man, content creation for me is a fun thing to do, and video games are a fun thing to do. When it stops being fun, it's like, all right, I want to disassociate myself from it now. So I either stop playing a game or it's like, right, you know, like there was a period of time, like I said, I was playing GTA every day, and then I got into like Fortnite every day, and I was getting a lot of viewers, you know. I'd have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of viewers, and I was making a decent little bit of money from it as well. Like, it was always a side thing, but I was making a decent bit of money where it was like, well, I better stick to playing that thing. And even to the point when I was like, I don't want to play that thing anymore. And it got to the point where I didn't just stop enjoying the game that I was burnt out on. I stopped enjoying making content. I stopped enjoying streaming. I stopped enjoying gaming as a whole. And that's not, I don't ever want to do that again. Because for me, I'm a grown-ass man, right? I love video games. It's a passion for me. Like, I still get excited when I see games coming out that I'm interested in, like when I was a kid, you know? Like when I was a kid. It's one of the only other things other than family and Rosie and I guess, like, you know, traveling or something, experiencing new things like that, where I get that excitement, you know? And it is like a childlike excitement of, like, you know, when ordering a new part for my PC or a new mouse, or, you know, a new game's coming out, and that I genuinely am, oh man, I can't fucking wait. Like this Ark Raiders test that's going on the mini, I so badly want to get into that test, guys. You don't understand, and I can't get into it, and I'm sad, you know, and I just can't wait for that game to come out now either. And I genuinely can't wait for Enfield to come out as well. I am excited as hell about that game. You know, I'm a grown-ass child, right? Gaming is always pog, straight up. What's going on, Dustin? Don't worry about it, man. We've just been yapping, to be fair, today. We've been yapping. We watched some reactions and stuff and been yapping. Yeah, let's go get our free pool, shall we? Should we get our free pool? Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Hold up 2 seconds. Yeah, I see new waifu. I'm a happy chappy chat. You know? Happy chappy. End of the day, it's supposed to be fun, right? It's supposed to be fun. It's a hobby at the end of the day, isn't it, gaming? Right? And I know some people turn it into a career. But, guys, we're gonna get Susan on with this free pool. It's gonna happen, right? It's gonna happen. Watch this fucking... Watch this level of skill here. Watch this level of skill here, chat. You ain't seen nothing like this. Watch this level of skill here. Oh, let me get me freebies. Hold up. Watch this level of skill here. Watch, we get 800. That's what we do. We get 800, chat, all right? We get 800. That's what we do. All right, we didn't get 800. All right, but it's only 300 less than 800, so, you know. I meant to do that anyway. I've been getting too many 800s. It's only fair. It's only fair, really, when you think about it. It's only fair. All right, let's check out recruits then, shall we? What's in the bag? What's in the bag?
Pleasure to meet you, Chief.
Sure,
I am
copy.
Shaw
Okay.
of the Lungman Fire Department, reporting for duty.
Free pull, look on your way. Let's go. Send it over, chat. Send it over. Spirit bomb me the look, yeah. I need it. I need it, chat. Let's get Caster. the shops to reset 3 pools and green certs. Five Squirrel Girl. I have some Vulpes luck. Bring it, man. Bring it. I need it. I need it.
I'm Lava, a caster.
I'm trying to get Vivian in
Here to
CZZ as
join
well,
you
chat.
simply because I'm bored and want something to do.
Look at you being good at
But
tags.
I heard my sworn
Slowly
nemesis.
learning. Slowly learning. You know what? Let's chuck a medicate there. Fuck it. Alright. Alright, guys. Alright, watch. This is how you play. This is how you play gacha games, right? Right? This is how you do it. We win these, right? We win these. This is a skill that few have. But you know, I was just born that way, you know what I mean? I was just born that way, chat. So you know, watch. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna get it. We're just gonna get it. Next time, that's what we'll do. It's a plan, right? It's all a plan. Next time we'll do it.
Attention! I am Doberman,
you know,
former military instructor for the
something I've always
Bolivarian
had.
Armed Forces.
I've
let's
planned
cut
for
to
it to
the
happen
chase.
in the next free one tomorrow. If you didn't hear what I said Friday, right? Friday it'll happen. If you didn't hear me say it, I said it in my head though. So, you know. Alright, she go get some she go get some credits. I've got shit looking gacha games. Tell me that though. I can't even be mad, man. We got Lappy in like 60 odd pulls or something. I'm buzzing about that. It's been a game changer. Well, at least a stage changer, because we cleared that little shit Mephisto. Pretty freaking handily, didn't we, really? You know? We were struggling. And then the Lappy combo, the dual Lappy, slapped the shit out of him and his boys, right? You know? We showed him who was boss. Different mommy, but okay. Gonna blow any up on skins. There's plenty of choice right now. I don't know. Maybe we could. Maybe. Could we? I don't know. Could we? Should we? Did I get a week worth of free pulls? Left, it can happen. I believe.
I remember how I hid away in
Is that
the
a sign
ship's
you'll get
cabin.
your ass whooped today? What,
I miss
IRL?
those days.
I don't know. Oh, yo, chat. Yesterday was one of those journeys home, right? When me and Rosie got in. We was like, holy shit, man, I don't think we should go out tonight. We then went to the pub and had food. And we had to wait, actually, thinking about it, we had to wait over an hour for our food, Jesse. We probably should have stayed home. But, come out to Rosie's work, right? Like, the way she works. Like, she works in office, like, she does all the contracts for a particular company. It's on a massive estate. Like, this estate, like, is like, there's so many different companies. Like, it's like a town almost. It's huge. And we come out and took a right, driving up. We go over a couple of islands, and then you come down to a part where you have to turn right again. But it's like a blind corner, and there's lights, there's traffic lights. But it's a blind corner because there's a house that comes like right up to the corner, so it's totally blind. And I'm right behind this top of the range Bentley, like fucking 200 grand car, right? And the lights, and bearing in mind, these lights, when they've gone green, the lights the opposite way have been red for a good few seconds because it's such a sharp corner. They've got like quite a stagnated period in between going green to green on either side. And this Bentley starts pulling off, and this transit van just goes oof, straight past the top of the road, probably doing 60. And I'm telling you, it was like inches from right in the front of this Bentley off. I nearly went into the back of the Bentley. It was close. That happened. And then as we're coming down, like a bit further, getting towards my house, a BMW pulled out on me. Nearly had an accident, right? Get past that, and then we're coming through the town, and this woman in a like electric wheelchair, she's obviously disabled, was just thinking, fuck it, and just shoots out in front of the car in the road, bro. Like, and this thing's, well, I say shoot, it's slow as fuck, but she just darts out into the road slowly, and I had to slam the brakes on. Now, I don't usually shout things, especially at people in wheelchairs, but I had to shout something out the window because I was like, what the fuck am you doing? You know, like, I had to slam the brakes on, man. And And then next thing you know, we come up to a junction, right? We come up to a junction, and there's loads of traffic, and there's fire engine there, an ambulance there, and I felt bad because you know when you're stuck in traffic, you're moaning. I'm like, bloody hell, man, we're stuck in traffic. What's going on here? And then we come up to the junction, and a bloke had been knocked off his motorbike, and like you could see him, he was in the road, like, you know what I mean? Luckily though, it looked like he was conscious. They got his helmet off, like there was working on him. But yeah, man, I felt terrible after that. I was like, shit, here's me moaning about stuck in traffic.
I matured.
And bro's like splayed out on the road,
These
like, you know what I mean?
could use an upgrade.
So yeah, it was one of those journeys home, man. It was like, shit, I think we need to just get home, man, because you know, it's like Final Destination, man.
Decor here is
You know what I
very
mean?
different from back home.
But yeah, hopefully that dude's okay, though. Like I say, hopefully he's okay. Woman in the wheelchair. She saw the 6th anniversary. Yeah, to be fair, she wasn't like drifting like Lumen was. But yeah, it was one of those journeys home, man. It was like, shit, dude, we need to get back home, man. We need to get in the house. We need to get in the house now.
Doctor. Oh.
So yeah, the food was nice, though. Well, it was all right. It wasn't the best. Hour though to wait, man. The kitchen must have got behind. We was sat there for ages, probably like an hour and 15 minutes waiting for our food. Maybe take, yeah, we may as well, because I'm not going to be able to play the game properly, guys, because it's 10 past 4 now, isn't it? Where am I looking, chat? Tell me where to go. Where am I going to here? Point the way, point the way. Am I going into the outfit store, yeah? Let's go shopping. Direct me. Hold my hand. Outfit store, yeah? Is there any skins for anybody I've got? Ooh, Lava the Purgatory. That looks kind of nice. Oh shit, chat. That's kind of nice, isn't it? I quite like that, you know. I really like that, actually. Is it an altar skin, is it? Or is it a standard skin? I'm guessing it's a altar, yeah, because of the name Lava the Purgatory. It's the altar. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Damn, there's a lot, yeah. Damn, let me show me looking. Fuck. Oh my god. Ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, chat. Insane. Did you guys say this is a cruise skin? Where am I looking? Respectfully. What, did you send some biddy suit, did you? Oh shit. Hold up. Oh yeah, yo, Kieran. Thank you very much for the 100 bitties, dude. Yeah, I had to change all my passwords and stuff yesterday. And I think it's disconnected Twitch from like all my notifications by the looks of it. So I'm gonna have to go into all of those and sign back up. But dude, thank you very much for the biddies, man. I apologize. I only sorted Twitch. Like literally, I clicked to go live and I was like, oh, I can't go live. And then I sorted Twitch. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to do that. Capture Gooning. Yeah, Blemon Shiny's a baddie. But thank you, Kieran, once again, the continued support, dude. You've been doing it for ages, man. I really, really do appreciate that, buddy. You're a legend. Absolute legend. How you doing as well anyway, man? You good? What's this Vigna skin saying? I kind of like that, actually. I kind of like that. Ooh. Another perfume skin. Oh, I need to put my skin on my perfume, I don't know. So I bought that skin at the event store. We got one for Quora as well. I kind of like that, chat. I think we saw this in the gameplay the other day, didn't we? I don't know which video it was that we saw somebody playing. Yeah, I like this skin for Quora, actually. I really like it. The chibi looks really nice as well, actually. Another one for Vig now. What's this? Oh, alright. That's kind of sick. Days Gone. Yeah, I love Days Gone, dudes. I love Days Gone. You can also buy skins from the operator skin as long as it isn't available. As long as it's available in the shop. Is the Surtur skin good? Is it? Is it worth a look? Oh shit, it is, yeah. OBS, what are you doing? That's kind of sick. I think I still haven't decided whether to get Surtur or Calci out of the pack. I'm not decided yet. Oh my god. Grippers on show, chat. Grippers on show. There's a beach skin for Surtur to keep that in. Also, I'll be watching Gundam as well. Oh, have you? Which Gundam? Holy shit, there's a lot, yeah. Kind of like that silent skin as well, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I really like that, actually. It was like hazmat style, right? We got Jessica Pioneer as well. Holy shit. No way. And the mask's cute, actually. The mask's cute. Did I miss the Silver Ash one, did I? Ooh. Don't know. Yo, actually, that's kind of good, actually, still. That's actually kind of good, isn't it? Silver Daddy looking like a One Piece character. The Mag Cruise. Ooh, chat. I like this. Halloween skin for the best girl. Halloween skin for the best girl. Did you get the free silent skin? No, I didn't know. How do I get that? She shoots candles, does she? Oh, no way. How much is this? This is 18. Is it worth, chat? Getting a skin with this stuff. Is it worth? I do really like that. For the silent skin, go to the archives. Yeah, I think we'll get this then. Let's get this. Yeah. Yeah, let's get it, chat. Let's get it. Let's do. You don't have to tell me twice. You don't have to tell me twice to invest in Cruise. You know, Cruise enjoyer. Cruise enjoyer. So what do I do? Just, Where do I do it from here? Ah, here we go, yeah. Yes. Well, should be like that in the menu as well. Can I make it like that there? Can I make it like that there? Yes! Let's go. Okay, alright. Worth it. Worth it. Worth it. The archive thing I mentioned before would cost 40 red certs, right? Okay. I'll just come back fast. You got plenty lying around. Cruise will feel much stronger. I hate it when I laugh like that. I sound like Krusty the Clown, man. Yeah, I like it. I like it, actually. I like it. Yeah, it's cool. Should we try and get it? Should we try and squeeze into a quick fight here, shall we? Should we try and squeeze into a quick fight? Let's just do something. Something what's in a second. Something easy a second, yeah. Right. Oh, sweet new profile picture as well. Fuck yeah, let's go. We're only here to see Cruz anyway. We're only here to see Cruz, chat.
We'll be fine if we stick together.
Oh man, I love you.
I'm listening. I'm here to help.
I should have put her there. She's blocking the way. Myrtle, move out the way.
Almost dozed off. I'll do my best. There you are.
Okay. Yeah. That was definitely worth it. That was definitely worth it, chat. I like it. Okay. Fan. I'm a fan. Chat, I'm a fan.
So this is a battlefield. Here I am.
That's actually really cool, man. That's actually really cool.
We're fighting you guys. Then please do your bestest job.
Oh, you've done it now, though, chat. You've opened the floodgates, man. I'm not gonna lie. You've kind of opened the floodgates there. You've kind of opened the floodgates there, chat. Hold up a second. Where's Perfumer a minute? I really like this skin for a Perfumer. Alright, we need to go back, chat. We need to go back. I need to see Perfumer as well. Alright, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, she got that strong arm, yeah. Been playing I think she's been playing baseball all her life, right?
Let's work to make the world a more peaceful place. I won't be afraid.
Is that fucking mop? Is that fucking mop?
Take aim.
Okay, that's kind of based. Oh shit! I want more skins. I know I lost one. What's it there? Yeah. I need more skins, chat. I'm not gonna lie. You've started something here. You've started something here, chat. Can I look at like characters? Oh, I can just go into the character and look at the skins from there, yeah. And I just like go to the like. I'm gonna just do that. Oh shit, that looks good. Ooh. I bet pine cone. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. That's cute, that is. I like that, actually. Outfit is for preview only. Fuck you. I bet Anya. Right, that one's fire. Is that for a what's that for then? Is that for an ult or something, is it? Lapland skin's worthy. Yeah, dude, the Lappy skin, kinda nice, man. I think because she's best wife in my opinion. She's wife, you know? She's wife. The chibi in game looks really good as well. I really like that Lappy one, actually. Right click. That's actually kind of cool as well. It's kind of cool to run like a Halloween team. Or is it for silence as well? Because I use silence a lot, don't I? Which was the one that you said you could get at the archives. You can buy that one for 15. I really like that one, chat. I'm not gonna lie, I really like that one. Oh, the click scene's free as well, is he? Oh, is he? Seeing your perfume, it made me realise that. Yeah, right, I was just thinking that. Man, I got that skin the other day and I hadn't even equipped it yet. What, that one? That one's in the archives. I really like this one. Are you sure? I like that one, man. Ghostbuster skin, yeah. That's really cute, actually. That's actually really cute. Where your boy Totter? Holy shit! Bro, that's like a Riz Up skin? What the fuck? Is that just like to try and get women pregnant or something? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I remember the Myrtle ones. I remember the Myrtle ones. Sex Guru Totter! Right, what the fuck? That was kind of insane. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool, actually. I really like that. I really like that. Yeah, that's really cool, that is, chat. Sort of stuff's my Lantigon as well. Yeah, I remember reviewed this in Drip Night, yeah. I really like this skin. I really like that. That's cute. That's cute. I like a broomstick chainsaw, yeah. How different does Beagle look there? Is that another one that you can get for free or something? When he says that's only for preview, is that like when you can get them for free? I didn't know, Easy. I didn't. She look like standard. I kind of like how she looks standard, man. What does that chibi look like in game? I kind of like how she looks standard, man. I'm not gonna lie. No preview means it's either free or not in the skins. Oh, okay. Okay, alright, okay. They're rotate, yeah. Okay, alright, makes sense. Alright, let's go. Alright then, okay, yo, chat. I'm gonna have to love you and leave you though. It's past. We didn't get to play any of the game, my bad. It's been an alright stream though, yeah. I've had fun. I enjoyed watching the content and talking about the things. Look out for some of those videos. Obviously, if you're watching the stream, you're probably going to watch the video again, but I'm going to upload some of that stuff from the stream today. I will be back tomorrow, guys, okay? Shout out to Cheese, the brother Cheese, for the gifted, Kieran for the bitties as well. I really do appreciate it. Shout out to everybody watching, guys, who's hung out to the stream today. If you haven't already, drop a like on the stream. It's very much appreciated. We'll be back tomorrow. Some more Arknights, and we'll probably play some of the anniversary of Wuthering Waves as well of the evening, guys. Saturday, more than likely, be no stream, guys. There'll be probably no stream Saturday because I've got a bunch of stuff to do. I've got to go shopping for clothes for my holiday, and then I think me and Rosie are going to be doing some of it in the evening as well, just having a bit of a time.
I believe the doctor's a heavier sleeper than me.
I know, right? Yeah, Cruz. And Sunday, I think we're going to play some Expedition 33. Yeah. I think we'll play some Expedition 33 and maybe some Arknights as well, but I'm looking to play some Expedition 33 on Sunday because I really want to try that game out and see what it's all about, guys. Thank you for hanging out, man. You yap too much. We do. I did want to play the game today, but I've had fun. As long as you guys enjoy it as well, that's all that matters. Don't forget to grind the event. Yes, I will do. But yeah, guys, thank you, man. Have an amazing rest of your day. If I don't see you tomorrow as well, guys, have a great Friday and have an amazing weekend as well. I appreciate you all. Shout out to you. I'll see you all later. Ta-ra.